Okay. Anyways, guys. Wow. After what, 3 weeks? 3 weeks? 4 weeks? We're back behind the mic. I received a lot of text messages, DMs, hate mail. I'm going to call it
hate mail.
Not necessarily hate mail, but people were very upset that we didn't come back last week or the week before. Honestly, transparently, I don't really have a very good reason as to why we didn't come back. I was just enjoying the break. I was enjoying a little bit of time off. I was enjoying getting healthy or maintaining my health, a level of health, because I took on the 75-day soft challenge. So, yeah, because there's 75-day hard and there's 75-day soft.
You don't go soft for 75 days? You never done the challenge?
I've never been soft for 75
This is how we're starting season 5.
And we back. Season 5. There was 4 before that, but it's not as good as the 5th one. We're back. You wanted it. We're here.
You need to go to the doctor if you're marking off 75 days soft on your calendar.
Is that the title? We already got a title. We're not even 75 soft.
Starting off strong.
This guy said he's never been soft for 75 days. What's wrong with you?
I'm a young, healthy man.
Anyways.
Might need to see a specialist if you
my gosh.
You go 75 days.
Soft.
So,
that's 2.5 months.
You know how uninterested of a human being you would need to be?
That's uninterested for that long.
That's all summer.
Nothing intrigues you?
That's all summer.
Soft all summer?
You've done all
soft
summer.
at Carabana, soft at OVO.
Why would you be hard at OVO?
Do you see the talent in the room?
Yeah. I don't know. The idea of being bricked up at OVO.
Bricked up at OVO Fest, we have a problem.
It depends where you're standing. It depends where you're standing. If you're in the friends and family section, it's very easy.
If I look to my left and a guy's just standing there bricked up at OVO Fest, what's going on?
Well, if you're visibly bricked up in any public scenario, that is very strange.
Especially at a concert.
Like, what?
And why are you looking down there?
But why? Like, why are you bricked up?
Why are you looking?
Yeah, why are you looking?
I
What do you
honestly,
mean?
like noticing someone's bricked up
That's
kind
like
of crazy.
me having my titties out and
No, it's
why are you
not.
looking?
No, it's not. It's nowhere near the same.
Oh my god. Okay, well then that's like a girl having a fat coochie and a camel toe, and why are you looking?
No, it's not.
I feel like it's the same, similar, if
No,
that.
it's not.
But anyways,
We back.
I'm doing the 75-day soft. It's a. Can we just get it off without laughing? You guys are children. It is literally a modified version of the 75-day hard challenge. So 75
That'd
days.
be even worse.
But it's not.
Oh my god.
That would be terrible. You'd be passing out and fainting. All the
75
all the
hard.
blood is just going there. You don't have
Oh
enough.
my god.
75 hard. How long
You
was
gotta
yours?
Have to have a candy every 5 minutes.
How long was yours off the honey pack?
Mine was 4 hours.
4
You were
hard?
hard for 4 hours?
Yeah,
Yuck.
I know.
That's too much.
Sounds
Well, I thought the
barbaric.
point of 75 hard was it was supposed to be hard. How are
Yes.
you doing
Okay.
a soft
So
version of
listen, the 75-day hard challenge is like a fitness challenge where for 75 days you don't drink alcohol, you eat healthy, or no, you don't drink alcohol. You have to follow a diet and stick to it. You have to work out twice a day for 45 minutes. One of those workouts have to be outside.
But is that not what 75 hard is too?
What? No,
Everything
I'm
that
listing
you're saying.
75 hard. This is what having 75 hard is. So like I said, it's a gallon of water a day. You have to pick a diet and stick to it. 2 45-minute workouts per day. One of them has to be outside. You have to read 10 pages of a non-fiction book a day minimum. I was like,
You are not doing workouts.
Cut it out.
that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, I'm not doing work. The first one was a workout. I'm not doing a workout outside. So then I saw a TikTok and it was like, oh, for anyone who has issues with 75-day hard, try 75-day soft. And basically it's just like, instead of 45-minute workout twice a day with one outside, it's just one. You still have to do a gallon of water, still no alcohol. They say alcohol on special occasions, but doing no alcohol, period. And you have to read 10 pages of any book of your choice. So I've been doing that for the past 15 days.
What have you been reading?
Yeah, what book?
So I finished The Girl on the Train, which, like, it wasn't a bad book. Actually, it was a good book. The twist at the end was like, okay, like, I could have saw this coming. Like, I could see why they turned it into a movie. I don't know if you guys know what the movie is. Do you know what The Girl on the Train is?
No.
Okay, so basically,
Does it have to do with 75 hard?
What?
Never mind.
Anyways, The book on the girl on train it's about this girl, and
There's so many jokes in this.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it. You guys are childish, please. It's about a girl on an actual physical train.
And then there's a twist at the end.
And she is like a divorcee, like alcoholic, and she rides the train every day.
Damn.
And she watches like this couple every day because she's like reminiscing of her old life. So she just watches this couple every day because the train stops in front of their house. And one day she witnesses something that kind of like throws her whole life for a loop. And then she gets caught up in this mess with like a girl goes missing and then a whole bunch of stuff happens. But honestly, it's a good book. If you like thriller, plot, twist books, it's good. It's an easy read. I got through it fairly quick, so I finished that one. Now I started The Vanishing Half, which is about twin sisters in like the segregation days, like the 1950s. And they live in a town that's a colored town. So it's basically like a whole bunch of you and Treys. Like, it's just light-skinned people. No, I'm dead ass. Like, it's literally a town where everyone is biracial. Like, because, like, it's through, like, slavery and segregation, right? So they were too black for the whites, but not white enough. They were too black for the whites, but too white for the blacks.
You're appropriating mixed culture saying that.
I'm not. This is literally the book.
I don't want to make any jokes. It's about.
So, yeah, they separated into their own town. And in the book, these twin girls live in this town, and they're white passing mixed girls. Okay. So like it's generations of just like mixed people. So they're biracial and they're white passing, and they leave the town together, but then they separate. One goes to live a life as a black woman or like more identified with black culture, and one lives life as a white woman. And then their paths cross down the line again. But it's interesting so far. I'm like, this is
That's a crazy plot line.
Yeah,
wow.
This is a weird plot line. But like the way it's written, I'm like, oh shit, this is actually kind of interesting.
Sounds like a Netflix
So
series. Sounds a little.
I think they're trying to make it into a movie, possibly a series. But I won't lie, so far, like, and then one of them comes back home, like back to the town, and the town's also like, oh shit, like she's back, like what the hell? And yeah,
Does the white one come back to the town
no,
or the black one?
The black one comes back to town.
And they let her in the town.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But like, I'm not that far yet. Like she goes back, and you know why I don't want to ruin it. You know why she goes back home, but you're like, oh shit, okay. But then you find out that the sister and her separate, and her sister goes to live a life that's like white. And apparently like she passes as a white woman, and her family doesn't know that she's half black. Yeah, wow. Interesting book.
I'm not really a book reader, so I wonder this. When you're reading a book and like, it's different from when you're watching a movie, you know, something appears on the screen and it's like very sudden and whatever. When you're reading a book,
it's the same effect.
And something like good happens.
Or what's
no. Yeah,
what is wrong with you?
Are you just sitting there like, whoa?
Yes.
And you just start reading it more.
Yes. That's,
flipping the pages.
yes.
Holy
shit.
Are you guys kidding me? Yes, that's what.
It just looks funny.
Just don't read books no more.
It just looks
Wait,
funny.
this thing gets suppressed with a page.
Oh, and what if it's a scary, like, what if it's a horror book?
Yeah, and you're reading it. Okay.
How do you get scared by words?
How do you do a jump scare in a book?
How do you
You
get
guys are
scared by
children.
words?
It's. I don't think it's like.
It's like they're words. Close the book.
It's not like you get scared, but it's definitely like it's emotion. Like it provokes emotion. You're like, oh shit, like you didn't see that coming, or it's like, oh my god. Then you literally just keep reading, then you keep flipping. Like that's literally what happens. Read books, kids. Okay.
I'd prefer.
Open
an
up your
audiobook.
mind.
I prefer an audiobook.
Yeah.
I'm not an audiobook person.
I gotta do something while I'm listening.
I won't lie. Like because I took this challenge on, I'm reading obviously more books, but I wasn't really a book reader either. But I actually enjoy reading because. Did you guys do New Year resolutions?
Not really.
Not really. No.
Oh, I did a lot of New Year resolutions. So one of them is to be a morning person, which I'm kind of pretty good. I don't know why you're rolling your eyes,
I
Trey.
can't.
I also think it's like inherent.
What? Being a morning person?
Yeah, it's like if I was like, I'm gonna be Indian.
Well, when
like,
I say be a morning person, I don't mean like up and jolly and like good morning everybody. I'm not like that. It's more just like I'm out of my bed.
how early? Like, what do you mean?
Like I'm out of my bed before 9.
Okay.
And like before
Some would argue that is
for sure. Some people would argue that's not even a morning person. Like when I tell people, oh, you're up at 6, I'm like, hell, I'm not up at 6. But there's some days where like, like I'll go brush my teeth, use the bathroom, blah, blah, blah. And then I'll like lay back in bed and like, take a meeting from my bed or whatever. I'm like up and like by 8, brush my teeth, wash my face, downstairs, drinking tea at my desk. Like that's my routine now.
Okay.
I can't get up when it's cold.
It's a lot harder in the winter. I think it'll be a lot, especially when the sun rises earlier. I think I might be able to get up earlier, but it's a little bit hard. But so far, so good. Doing the 75 day soft. I'm doing the 3-2-1 practice where like you don't eat 3 hours before bed, you don't drink water 2 hours before bed, you don't watch screens 1 hour before bed. So that helps with my reading. So helps with your
That
sleep.
sounds like that's. Let me
Yeah,
know how
guys,
that
I'm
goes.
trying to get healthy, and
Which is the hardest part? What are you struggling with the most?
I also said I'm going to try to. I'm trying to be softer.
What?
Like I'm trying to be a softer version of myself. Because naturally I'm a very soft person, but I have a very hard shell. Like I'm very
Yeah, you're 365 days hard.
Okay, thank you.
She's trying to be 75 days flaccid now.
So
75
I'm
days
trying.
dry.
I'm trying to be more like. What is wrong with you guys? I can't say it.
75 days moist is crazy.
These boys.
I'm trying.
I think we've done all of them now. I think
like get it off.
I think we've done all of them.
Jesus. But yeah, I'm trying to be more softer.
Soft.
What does that entail though? Like soft is very.
Yeah, what's the work you've been doing and putting in to be softer?
I'm trying to like open up more, like be more vulnerable in certain situations, not always try to like brush things off or like be so defensive. Remember how that trauma thing we talked about?
Yes.
So I read a line in like an article. I don't know why I've been like into reading lately, but like there was a line in this article about trauma, and they're like, when you overreact in a situation, in a minor situation, it's not your actual reaction in that situation. It's past trauma revisiting you, so you overreact. And I think I do that a lot.
You don't say.
Why would you say that? So anyways, I'm gonna do that. So I thought about all the times I like overreacted or like I did a reaction that wasn't positive, and it's like, okay, was it actually that situation that was bad, or was it the thought of something else that happened in the past making me feel the same way, and now I'm regurgitating that?
Okay.
That's probably what it is.
It is. No, I literally sat down and thought about it for like 2 hours, and I just thought about different things that like has happened with like relationships or like dating or like my family or like friendships, and I'm like, yeah, I reacted that way not because of what was happening, but like I know something happened before that reminded me of this, and this is me regurgitating that feeling.
When you do that, that's called projecting, right?
Yeah, basically.
Because that's usually your add-on at the end of whatever the situation is.
What do you mean?
Say, we might tell you something, you might react, we might say, yo, it's not that serious, and then you'd be like, nah, I hate when people X, Y, Z. That means that it's happened before.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's triggering back to whatever that situation was.
Fair.
So that makes sense.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to work on that too. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to.
Very self-reflective, Zoe.
I am being very self-reflective.
That's good.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
So.
That's healthy. You sound like you've had a very healthy start to the year.
Yeah.
I think so. I think I'm in a better place. I mean, I'm still,
Was there like
Still
a
a little-
catalyst?
I'm still spiced.
You see what happens when you put down the Casamigos and the Shade Room and pick up some berries and books?
I haven't followed the Shade Room
for a little bit.
This is the FanDuel. I haven't followed Shade Room in years. I'm not betting as much, but I am still slightly throwing down a $5 here and there. Not crazy, but
Yeah, I had a little FanDuel bender over the Christmas break.
That's crazy coming from you.
My, how the tables
But
turn.
it's a bender for
Right?
me. For a lot of people, it's probably regular, but for me, it's not. So how it started, no, definitely not a lot. How it started was I was chilling with my friends one day, and like they all bet. So I was just browsing the app. I think the game was on. I stumbled upon the NCAA section. And I was looking at the scores, and I'm like, the Nebraska Cornhuskers are getting blown out right now. Let me see what's going on in this game. And one of the things you could bet on is like the team's total points over or under. I'm like, well, there's no way they're reaching 80 points. They have 29 points at the halftime. So I'm like, yo, I'm going to bet on this. Bet on it. One, easy. I'm thinking, yo, I just cracked the code to FanDuel.
Oh, yeah, you cracked the code to FanDuel.
I'm like, yo, I just cracked the code to FanDuel. All I got to do is bet on the games where the team is getting blown out, bet the under, and I'll win. I was putting everyone on like, yo, like, this is all we got to do.
I figured it out,
Guys, I
guys.
figured out FanDuel.
I got it.
We're going to be millionaires.
And they all did it on that first game, and we all won. So I'm like, yo, I'm just going to keep doing this. And I was wrong. Because somehow these teams are making miraculous 25, 30-point comebacks in the second half. Just miraculously. I don't know, like...
Is this strictly in NCAA or is this in NBA?
No, you can do it in NBA too, but
Okay.
in NCAA it's a bit easier just because it's 2 halves instead of 4 quarters. It's like less variables. Man, was I wrong. I was just betting on the overs, and then I was like, okay, maybe like the unders don't work. Maybe I try the overs, and then it's the under, and then it's just going back and forth.
That's what betting is.
And then like I started to kind of veer off where I'm like, okay, these guys might be too skilled. So I started searching for other leagues and started betting on like the Japanese league and the Albanian league.
What?
And I'm like, okay, these guys are not scoring 40 points in a half.
This is a bender.
This is a real bender.
This is a bender.
I don't know what
Japanese leagues.
I don't know what D1 players are on the Shanghai Sharks, but those boys were balling.
You were betting on Dwight Howard?
Those boys were hooping because all of them are going overs. And I'm like, damn. I'm like, you know what? All right, you know what? I'm going to just stop. Or I'm like, I'm going to cut back. $1 bets a day. That's all I'm going to do is $1. I'm going to make a big parlay, $1 bets a day. First day I did it, lost. I'm like, all right, whatever. That don't mean nothing. This was my last straw. I think it was maybe like the third day.
I love how everyone hits their last straw with betting.
I think it was like the third day, and I was about to do my $1 bet. Like I'm set firm. $1 bet, that's it. I see this team is down like 40 points. I'm like, yo, this is a sure thing. I can't, there's no way I can only bet $1 on this. I put every cent I had in my FanDuel account.
How much was that?
It wasn't a lot. It was like $40.
Okay.
Okay.
I put everything in there, lost it all. I'm like, you know what? Yeah.
Because they went over?
You win.
I clearly have no self-control. So you know what? I'm gonna bow out gracefully. I'm done. It's over. It's over for me. I thought I did it. I thought I cracked the code.
You went down a rabbit
Because you win like a couple times. And you're like, yo, I could do this. I got the methods now.
That's why there's no balconies in Vegas.
Yeah.
Literally, that's why there's no balcony. People think they're on this bender and they crack the code and they bet it all and they lose it all. Now they have no
You
house.
got a descent. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. But I
think
mean,
I only made like 2 withdrawals ever of just like money that I
really
won.
No, I've made a few
I won
withdrawals.
like a 40 here and a
$40?
there.
That's it?
But I'm only betting like $1, $2,
Oh, okay, that's not
$5. I'm not betting big.
I've won some decent money.
One time when I was just like up from like working at a restaurant, I had lots of tips and everything, just lots of cash. And I remember just being, because my brother was he cracked the code. And I remember I gave him like a couple bills and he gave me more money back eventually. And I was like, oh, this is great. You like do this. And he was like, no, I lost your money twice. and I was like, what do you mean? And it was like, I lost your money and then I tried to get it back and I lost the exact same amount again. And I was like, but you handed me more than what I initially. It was like, I know. Could you imagine if I just never lost it at all? And I was like, damn.
Oh, yeah.
Because when I think about it, it's really like, they're playing with you. Because even how they structure it, where it's like, you win this amount and this amount is withdrawn. They're showing you the amount that you win plus the amount that you already had. So it's not really.
Yeah. I mean,
like,
yeah.
If you bet
It's an
$10,
inflated victory.
It just
like-
adds a $10 on top of it.
If you bet $10 and you win $10, you didn't win $20. You won $10.
You won $10, yeah.
But they make it seem like you won $20.
But any person with a brain would be like that. It's not. It's
no,
not
but
the
that's
$20.
how. But that's like they put it in green. They make it seem like you won mad money. They finesse, bro. I'm
They
telling you,
do,
it's such a
yeah.
big finesse.
Guy,
And
like,
then
after he lost all this shit,
Right.
like, yo,
and then when
he
you start to
finessed me.
think about, and
You
I was
put it in
and I was
green.
talking, I started to become like the reformed addict to my friend. I'm like, yo, you guys don't need to be doing this, man. Like, think about it. I'm like, think about it. How many of you can genuinely say, like, through your whole betting life that you're up? You may win. You might win big,
Yeah.
but think about all the money that you've lost.
Yeah.
Have you really profited at all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably not. Like,
Yeah.
it's a scam.
100%.
It's
But
a
it-
scam. So
Yeah.
unless
What-
you like won something ridiculous, like something stupid, you're not up. At most you've broke even.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and men hate when women bet. I don't care. I'm
Be a
still gonna
lady.
bet. I don't be a lady. Be a woman. Which nigga should? No, I literally just watch sports and I put parlays together. Like, it's not that serious. But yeah, when I deleted the bet, I re-added it now. But when I deleted it was the Tyrese Halliburton. When Tyrese Halliburton
I
had
bet on that game too.
what, the one we had 26 points. And it's
Oh.
over, yeah.
Oh,
so
no,
I
no,
bet
not that one.
when I bet the over and it was 26. The point fives be getting you too. That's why I
Yeah, the
stopped doing the overs,
0.5s.
bro. When Tyrese Halliburton had 26 points and that was my last one to hit, and I bet the over on 26.5, and he stopped at 26 points and started inbounding the ball, I was ready to rip my TV off the wall. Why are you inbounding the ball? Why all of a sudden when you're at 26 points you want to inbound the ball and they're fouling everybody else on the team except for Tyrese Halliburton?
You know what? You know what's bad because like the players on the bench know what the over and the under are, and they be looking up at like, and they can see like, oh shit, they're gonna wait out. Like you see them reacting. Everybody's in on it.
Betting
you know?
has actually ruined
Everybody's
sports, though. I'm
doing
not gonna
it.
lie to you. But I think betting has definitely ruined sports. I think the refs are betting, the coaches are, everybody's betting.
Coaches are for sure.
Everybody's
There's
betting.
nobody
For
that's
sure,
not
man.
bet. It's
Yeah.
weirder if you're
But
not
I swear
betting.
now they're letting players bet. They just can't bet on their own teams. I heard that.
I think
But
they should be
even-
allowed to do
I
that.
don't
But
think
They
even-
shouldn't be allowed to do that.
Draymond should be able to get on his podcast and be like, "Yeah, put
No, I
put 10
don't think
stacks on the
that
Wizards
any
to lose
player
and
should be
you
able to
lost."
bet.
But even what I'm saying is, if I'm a player, I'm betting on myself.
You can't. That is literally
think
illegal.
legally-
No,
though.
I'm not betting on myself. I'm giving you money to bet on me. How are you gonna know?
No, I think people are doing that too. Like, if, for example, if my brother was like Tyrese Halliburton or Anthony Edwards, like I'd be like, yo, listen, dog.
20 under
20,
20 up.
25 tonight minimum. Like,
Yeah,
for
like-
sure. For sure.
You're going against Detroit. You
I
gotta
will
get
ask.
25
I will
at least.
ask them. I'm like, yo, do you think you could have a 20 piece tonight? Yeah. All right.
Yeah. I feel like
I would
definitely
do
like,
that for sure.
Yeah, you're telling me that if my brother is a star in the NBA, I'm not gonna be like, yo, listen, over under tonight, yo.
Especially-
what you feeling? Like,
Especially if it's a under, I'd be like, yo, under 3 blocks.
Yo, I'm not even gonna lie. I feel like it's part of the reason Mike was so good. He was just in Vegas
In
and
on the
shit,
bet?
betting on himself. It's like, no, I'm about to score 55. Like, don't even worry. Like, he'll just go and bet on himself. Like,
Yeah.
that's wild.
I can believe that.
Yeah, but I think betting has definitely shifted sports, and like, there's no coming back. They either have to get rid. Like, FanDuel is a partner of the NBA. Like, this stuff
That should not be allowed.
That should not be allowed.
what do you
like, this
think
is crazy.
of like NBA play, like the active ones specifically, having podcasts?
I don't mind it.
I like it.
I don't
You
mind
like
it at
Pat
all.
Bev and Draymond having
Pat Bev, I
podcasts?
can't stand. So
Like
no.
in their hotel room on like a back-to-back like road trip, and they're talking about the game they just
but
did
I
and
mean,
stuff.
I feel like
Paul
it helps.
George.
Paul George is one.
Paul George.
Yeah, I heard
Yeah.
Paul George is good. I feel like it helps add
Jeff Teague is
some.
the best at it, but he's not.
Yeah, I feel like it helps add some humanity behind the player. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like when you like a player, it's like, yeah, but it's nice to like see like their views on life or the game or whatever, to hear them talk. But
Not all
You
of them
know.
need to be doing it though.
no, not all of them. You're right. Not all of them do. I feel like
I
when
agree.
celebrities have podcasts, it stresses me out sometimes. Because I feel like this is just like an easy win for you because you're already a celebrity. But it's also like, yo, sometimes a lot of them are just saying shit like you're not even saying anything that is
You
like,
gotta be able to pod.
yeah. And a lot of celebrities can't pod, but they see podcasts as an easy win because they're already a celebrity. But it's like, you can't pod though. I don't know.
They just have it because they have a following. Like, I could just do this for fun.
Yeah, literally. I definitely think that's what it is.
That's easy bread for them.
100%.
It's like having a YouTube channel. I, for the life of me, will never understand why every celebrity doesn't have their own YouTube channel. That's an easy extra 6 figures effortlessly, just doing Q&As once a week.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, they're lacking. Especially the ones that don't have the most motion right now or they don't have a hit if you're an artist or something. Why do you not have a YouTube channel?
But I swear a lot of celebrities do have YouTubes, especially like artists, like for their music and stuff.
For music, but I mean like your
Oh,
own.
like to actually,
Because
like,
your label
content.
probably owns your music YouTube channel.
Oh, yeah,
So
you're right.
You need your own personal channel. You have a cameraman to follow you around to just make the vlogs, and you do Q&As. Go on Instagram and say, yo, ask me questions.
I need to max win.
Easy. Like, that's literally easy.
W. What's a
Reaction
W in the
videos,
chat?
yeah.
What is it? W in the
W's
chat.
in the chat.
W in the chat. Drake is so annoying. But anyways, yeah, I think now, you know, athletes, actors, whatever. Like even like Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp was what, Hall of Fame football player?
Yeah.
Super Bowl like
Super Bowl
winner,
champion,
more than
right?
once.
All that
Like,
stuff.
He's
And
decorated. very
you
decorated.
know, now he's into journalism. Joe Budden was a rapper. Now he is the pod person. So I almost called him the pod father, but I'm not doing that. He's like, you know, head of black podcasting. You can say that, right? He's probably one of the biggest, one of the biggest, I would say
he's
the
probably
biggest black podcast, right?
Yeah.
So I think there can definitely be a shift, right? We obviously know, even though I'm not a fan of Joe Budden, he's good at what he does, obviously. Shannon Sharp, people are like questioning. I think people who went to school for journalism are now realizing like, yo, what the hell? You know, I think podcasting has allowed for people who, you know, didn't, because before to be on TV, to be a news anchor, to be an interviewer or whatever, you had to go to school for journalism. That was a thing. But I think now, because of the internet and social media and podcasting and the access to equipment, anyone can, you know, get into...
And journalistic integrity meaning nothing.
Yeah, anyone can get into being
These
journalism.
days.
People would argue that we're journalists.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We
Yeah.
interview...
But that's the thing. That's where I would kind of push back on that, because...
You don't think that
who
we're
says-
journalists?
No, but like, who says that just because you speak to people that makes you a journalist? Why is it not just us having a conversation?
I don't know.
Like, what is the definition of journalist? Why are they saying Shannon Sharp is a journalist? Like, that's
No,
why,
so they're arguing that he is not a journalist.
Yeah, of
so
course
his
he's not.
interviewing skills are poor.
yeah.
That's what they're
'Cause
saying.
it's just-
I personally don't think that at all. I think it was a good interview. I think, well, I mean, I didn't watch the full thing, but from what I've seen and, you know, from what I watched and whatever, wherever I stopped, like, I don't think he was a poor interviewer. Of course, Katt Williams was the star of the show. He had to carry it, but why would you not want Katt Williams to carry the interview?
That's the
You
thing.
know what I mean?
I think like when someone's vomiting like that, like
Yeah.
you kind of let them.
Like Maul sat here, when we had Maul on the show, he literally sat here for 30 minutes and just talked. We didn't say a word. But you know what I'm saying? But I feel like you have to if we know that people are going to tune in to see Maul speak, why would you not want Maul to speak as much as possible? If people are tuning in because they're fans of Katt Williams and they want to see Katt Williams on a tangent, let that nigga go on a tangent. That's exactly what he did. I would agree the same way.
And it's like it's also a very like, well, if that was me, I would have.
Right,
You know,
right. And a lot of people made TikToks and, well, if I was the one interviewing Katt Williams, this is what the questions that I would have asked. Yeah.
Yeah, in hindsight, that it's great to say, but first of all, no, you wouldn't have. And second of all,
Facts. Yeah, facts.
and second of all, it's Shannon Sharp. This is the thing I don't like about the internet is people expect things that they know that people are not built for and don't have the capabilities for. Like,
He used to
it's
get hit in the
Shannon
head
Sharp.
for a living. Like,
Why do you expect? I get, sure, you might have wanted someone else to do the interview, but how are you critiquing Shannon Sharp's journalism skills? He is a ex-football player that is now a media personality.
You know, to that point too, I almost feel like that may even be more important because the reason that Katt wants to go on his platform is because of that and that dynamic.
Exactly.
And it's like, hey, you used to be like him in what you used to do, you know? And it's like these people that we want to see interviews from aren't going to sit down with Good Morning America anymore.
Exactly.
And it's like, you know,
Not too much of Good Morning America, though.
No one wants to sit and talk to Piers Morgan, bro.
But it begs the question though that these
Wait.
yeah. Kanye went and sat down with him.
Okay. Anyways.
No, but
I see what you mean.
Is it an interview though? If these because the celebrities are obviously approaching it like, hey, no, I'm just gonna go have a conversation.
Yeah, it's
with
a
this other creator
conversation.
that So
Yeah.
maybe we shouldn't have these journalistic standards that we uphold to Kai Cenat.
Exactly.
And you know, all
Because
these other
why
people,
is
Shannon
Elliot
Sharp.
Wilson dissing Kai? That's
Who's
not
Elliot Wilson?
journalism. He does a Rap Radar podcast.
Oh,
He's more of a because he did Double XL.
He's a journalist.
He was a journalist.
But
Actually,
he's critiquing.
He just said though that he didn't go to journalism school and stuff. Like I just watched an interview.
Yeah,
from him
but
recently, so.
he claims like through that side. But he said something about he kind of threw shade with when Kai sat down with Nicki Minaj and they're like, "This is hip," and he was like, "This is hip hop journalism." But
but
it's
was
not.
that journalism though? I wouldn't consider that journalism. She was just on his Twitch, like
That's
his
what
stream.
I'm saying.
It's
See,
entertainment.
Yeah, it's entertainment.
But now think of this though. What is the difference between Kai and Nicki Minaj and Shannon Sharp and Katt Williams?
I feel like the Shannon Sharp and Kat, like it was supposed to be like an interview.
That was good.
How? What's the difference? It's two people sitting beside each other talking.
Yes, but it was more of like a formality.
Just because they were sitting in a fancier place?
No, but like
There's no difference.
I think there's a difference.
That dynamic, those little things all amalgamated.
Because he's holding
It's not-
cue cards?
There's
no,
no
but like
publicist
it's more
team
like
in the
I
background.
feel
It's
like
informal,
the
yeah.
Kai Cenat and Nicki Minaj, it was more like Nicki Minaj just coming and catching a vibe. Like she was dancing, they were all together, but it was more just like it kind of felt like not like reality TV, but more just like just let the camera go and we'll just like do our thing, like just talk, chill, whatever. But like the interview with like it was more like set standard, like question. Yeah, it was very structured, question and answer, blah blah blah. Like it wasn't like Katt Williams didn't get up and do the splits. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
but
it was definitely more structure and more like, okay, we're going to talk about these are topics, things that we want to touch on. But there wasn't any of that in Nicki Minaj and Kai Cenat.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. Like I just feel like, especially now in this age, like I don't think things are so black and white.
I agree,
Like-
and that's why I think why people who are journalists are getting up in arms about, ex-athletes or 3 people from Toronto doing journal, why didn't Maul go on this show or why didn't he blah, blah, blah. It's like people are
dancing
getting
and doing like activities and stuff. Like I don't think just all of that makes it not like technically under the guise of not being an interview. Like I think it's really just a perception. One seems more professional than the other.
But did Kai like sit there and like ask her questions and she
they
answered them and
she
blah blah
talked
blah?
about
and
his
wait,
album. They talked about life.
Okay.
She asked
But
him
that's
for
the thing.
advice.
It's hate
It's a
on.
conversation,
But
though.
an interview
Elliot.
is a conversation too.
It is, but like it's not exactly the same though, because like that we can do the same thing, but you're not interviewing me. I can ask you about anything. That's a
When
conversation.
does it? When does it become
What's
an
the
interview?
difference
When-
between an interview and a conversation then? This is what I'm saying.
Are you talking about the setting or just like
No, just in
overall?
general. Because Charlemagne walked with Kanye through the woods, and they called that an interview. How is that not a conversation?
even calling?
But an interview is a conversation though.
Yeah. So what's the difference?
Was
Like,
Katt
I-
Williams
like-
really an interview, or was it a visionary stream of consciousness? Like he didn't breathe. Like he's just spewing. Like he's barely even being prompted and poked.
Right.
It's like he knew what he wanted to say. Like Kanye's interview with Zane Lowe, where he just doesn't breathe for an hour and a half. It just goes in. And are we watching that to learn more? Like what you would watch an interview for, the journalistic integrity that's being had there, or is it an entertainment piece? Like.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think all
Yeah.
these things you should examine when you're classifying if something's an interview or.
And I
whatnot.
think more now, artists and athletes and whoever, because at the end of the day, it's just media promotion for whatever you got going on. That's why a lot of people do the interviews that they do. Nowadays, people don't really want to do sit-down interviews. Before, when back in the day, you had to go on Saturday Night Live or Jay Leno to promote something. And then it was like you had to go on Breakfast Club or Hot 97 to promote something. Now it's like if you want to promote something, you go on Kai's stream. You go on Aiden's stream. It's just promotion. So I don't think interviews aren't even really necessary. It's more so people just trying to promote something while showing your personality, and just in the new age, this is how they're doing it.
I think they can be necessary.
I like that.
I mean, Jonathan Majors had to go on Good Morning America to,
But that's perception, because no one will take Jonathan Majors talking to Kai seriously about a serious situation. You have to go sit down in
Jonathan
the bow
Majors
tie
went on
and
a Kai Cenat stream after he got convicted.
So I heard you got sturdy with a white girl.
You have to put on the bow tie and the old man hat,
Yeah.
and sit down with Good Morning America. You got to do that.
Not too much of Good Morning America. I like Good Morning America. I like it more, and it sounds bad
Their
because
hosts be getting busy.
we should. I know, they're old hosts. We should be supporting, Canadian news and, Canadian news outlets. Shout out Marlon and Alicia. They're now going to be they are officially the hosts of Flow 98.7 in Toronto. But I something about Good Morning America just feels so
You ever watched the show, The
intriguing
Morning
and
Show?
homely. Oh, no, I never watched it. No.
Watch that, and it'll change how you feel about daytime television.
Does Canadian daytime television ever have like viral moments like that?
Hell no.
Yes.
What,
Wait, no, it was just
CP24?
one.
Mike,
That was the only
Oh,
one.
Mike Tyson?
Mike Tyson said he was gonna.
Oh.
You know what? You act like you're a nice guy, but really you're just a bitch.
And he was like,
But
all
really, a
right.
piece of
You're
shit.
a
Like,
dick.
all right. We're gonna cut.
Yo, take it. Do you take in the context of that? Like, do you know why? Like, what led up to that? Too?
Because the interview, I
asked
forgot
him.
his name, but he asked him about like him being convicted of
so you
right?
are
Oh, sorry,
convicted.
or R word. Sorry.
Yeah. Just like I always thought that was crazy. How
Yeah. But
he just dropped that.
he said it. He was like, yeah, it's like, and with your, R word conviction, and he was like, you could tell he was just spinning in his head because like first he was silent, but he was like, what the, like you could tell he's like, wait, what the hell did you just say?
the bravest man.
And the thing is, why did he just drop it in so? Like he just dropped it so like it was quiet. Like, oh yeah, by the way, like it was just like, oh yeah, you drank milk this morning. Oh yeah, you got convicted of sexual assault. Like, why would you just slide that in there so calmly?
Brave.
It was a very brave thing
Brave.
to say, but I mean, hey man.
But back to Katt Williams, a lot of people are talking about the content of what he said and how he was getting at.
How much
everybody.
percentage do you think is true versus not true
Yo,
in what he said?
oh my god, I thought about this for so
Literally,
long. Bro.
I just want to know your opinions. What do you think percentage of truth versus
It's-
not truth?
And this was my thing. I don't think you can categorize it as truth and not truth because I just think, especially on the internet, it's black and white. It's true or not true.
Okay.
That is not life.
Okay.
So I do think there are things that Katt Williams said that are 100% true. There's things he said that are kind of true.
How many books do you think he read?
Like, come on, bro.
How many books do you
He
think
said he could run
Didn't he say 2,000 in grade 8?
3,000 a year.
He said he got accepted to college at 7 years old. He said he can run a 4.4 right
Man
now.
said he's
What's a
a elite
4.4?
running
40-yard dash.
He can run a 40-yard dash in what?
4
seconds?
Yes.
Okay.
That's NFL
But
combine numbers.
Do we think that it's I think he's adding comedy in there though. Like people, like I think he knows.
Think he genuinely like.
I think he was
No, but that's the
serious.
thing. It's gray. It's like I think Kat kind of was like a gifted child. Like he probably was smarter than like the average kid, and like he was except like you can kind of look that up. I don't think he was reading 3,000 books a year.
Added
No.
sauce on it.
But I think
I
he
bet
might
he's
have been
fast,
saying
but-
that for like shock factor. I feel like Katt Williams isn't stupid. You
So
know what I
there's
mean? I feel like
definitely-
maybe he's like he knows like this is gonna be funny.
So I do
Maybe?
think there's stuff that he said that are very true, kind of a lie, and completely a lie.
Okay, so what do you classify as very true? There's one thing that you think he said comes to mind that's very true.
Where he said he like would go to a city and watch a comedy show and know that the acts aren't getting paid a lot and just give the person money to anonymously give to them. I believe that.
Because how many people came out and said that he
other
did that?
people have came out and said that he's done that. Even artists like Jacquees said he'll go chill with Katt Williams and he'll walk away and randomly find like $10,000 in his pocket or something.
Because he was complaining about his wardrobe or something.
wow.
Boozy said that he gave him money. They said that Katt Williams said he gave Migos money early
Yeah.
on.
Do you think the stuff he said about Kevin Hart had
I think
validity?
that's probably the shakiest thing he said.
You think so?
There's probably
exaggerated
some
a little bit.
truth. Yeah, there's probably some truths in
Because
it.
Kevin worked as a stand-up comedian like before.
For
he was
sure,
big.
and
Him
I used
Patrice
to
O'Neal were, like-
really enjoy Kevin Hart. Used to, that's the key word. I used to really enjoy Kevin Hart stand-ups.
What stopped you?
I think when he got too mainstream, his jokes just weren't landing the way they used to.
Yeah, because
you
he
know
can't.
what I mean.
He can't do it anymore.
But his earlier stand-ups used to have me in tears.
Yeah.
But then he got to like bigger ones, and I'm like, this is not the
'Cause
hit
he
in the
can't.
same.
Like his hands are tied. Honestly,
You
he
think?
Can't. Yeah, he can't, bro. The man he has a production house. He's funding his own movies now. You can't take the risk of now you're getting canceled. You
That's
can't do that
unfortunate.
anymore.
I don't even think his jokes in his earlier stuff was like cancelable. Really,
You see how mad everyone.
You think? I
See
don't
how-
think so.
Do you not remember the whole Clubhouse fiasco?
With Kevin Hart?
Yes.
No, I don't remember that one.
And it was in the girl from Toronto. What was her name? And she asked him about.
I thought Marlon was like moderating.
No, yeah, but it was the girl that asked him
pressed him
about.
I remember
the joke he made about his daughter being a hoe, and it turned into this big thing.
Oh, yeah.
So if people are mad off of that, he can't get edgy. So it's like I get like his hands are tied. He can't. He's playing with too much big money to even probably say what he really wants to say.
Yeah.
Like what he probably says in his real life. That's why it's funny when Pat Bev was talking to him when they were doing the whole NBA. I can't remember what game it was. And it was Kevin Hart and his friends and then Pat Bev. And Pat Bev is like, yo, Kevin, let me ask you something. He's like, what's up? And he's like, yo, so what do you think about this Josh Giddey situation? And Kevin Hart just started laughing. He's like, yo, you know, I'm a brand. So I'm a respectfully step back on this, but I'll text you what I think about it. Like, I think it's like that.
Yeah.
He can't.
Fair. But I feel like that response in itself is kind of like, okay, you know what I mean? But
what do you think about black men in dresses?
That's exactly what I was going to say, too. I'm like, what also do you think about Katt Williams, where he said that the reason why, you know, he didn't elevate as quickly because he refused to do, you know, like the homosexual jokes or gay jokes and things like that, or where like men were like doing acts to each other, or, you know, fake humping each other or whatever, and he refused to wear dresses. And then people found clips of a lot of black comedians either dressing like women or doing like a gay type joke.
Yeah, that's definitely been a thing. I think there's.
I mean, Kevin Hart did it. Someone pulled a clip of Dave Chappelle. Jamie Foxx.
A lot
Martin
of them
Lawrence.
did it.
Martin Lawrence.
Martin Lawrence did it.
Yeah.
A lot.
Shaq was putting Kevin Hart. Remember he had him bent over?
Yeah, I remember that.
Like, it's a lot
it was in Real Husbands of Hollywood.
Yeah, it was a lot of.
So
there
there's
were a lot
certain
of things.
there's certain things that
we had
agree.
receipts.
I
People
don't
forget
think-
the receipts were there, and social media dug them up.
I feel like that probably isn't the only reason,
Right.
But that's probably part of the
For
reason.
sure, yeah.
But I don't think it's the only reason, and I don't think if you did that, that means that you're submitting to whatever is going on. Like I don't necessarily believe that either.
I feel like they knew how to play the game, and those things, you know, would sell or would, you know, invoke a certain reaction,
And
public
plus-
reaction that will.
And plus, I think all the stuff that he said, like negatively about people, I think people want to believe it. That's why
Of
they're
course,
saying,
that's why people like mess.
This has to be true, and now people are starting to look at those comedians in a different way, and they're like, yeah, I see you sold your soul, and you're wearing the dress, and blah blah blah. Everybody loved white chicks.
Oh, for sure. White chicks is a black staple.
Yeah, everyone loved white chicks.
Black and white staple.
Nobody was commenting on them being in dresses and dressing like white women. So
It's also part of like a bigger narrative and maybe even conspiracy theory, the whole emasculate the black man thing.
And I do think there's some truth to that.
I think there's some truth to it, but I like some of it I think is a little just like you really don't want to do that or be perceived that way or project like, which is cool too, but it's like I don't know how much of an agenda just to
I
make
just
all black
I
men
just
look
don't
gay.
think it's really, especially in this day and age, I just don't really think it's funny. Like that's
I
why
agree.
that's why I was never like I never ever did a skit like dressed up as a girl. Like I
Just
I
that
never
terrible wig.
I never felt that's still a man's wig. I never
terrible.
found that like really funny, you know? So
Yo.
that just wasn't my
Why, Tresor?
The first
this
video,
is good. This is
when I saw Tresor in that wig, I was like, yo, one, where did you get that?
you do
Amazon.
skits.
And two, is it even on? Like, is it even on properly? Like, what?
I don't know.
What?
I just slap it on.
And now just a character that, like, he literally comes out like every couple of videos, and I'm like, here comes the wig.
You
Like,
got that sweet
wig
life
ha-
of Zach and Cody.
Yeah, the wig has to be the wig has to be crusty. That's part of
100%.
that's
You
part
can't
of
come
it.
down with the 30-inch
A jet
bust down
black
middle
bust
part
down, nah.
with the concealed part. You can't do that. HD lace. Hell no. You would look. I would be like, okay, we need. What's going on?
Yeah.
Like if you had a laid like melted scalp like lace front on in your videos, I'd be like,
That's a conversation.
where's the comedy in this?
Yeah, I just look like never mind.
Stop.
But yeah, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, the before we move on, I
Man
think
said he could run a 4.4. I don't think you guys realize what that means.
I'm gonna take that as he's saying that for comedic relief.
And then did you see the video afterwards where he was in the high school gym and he ran and then it cut to a guy holding a phone and it said 4.4?
Oh, really?
I'm like, come on, bro. It's not like he ran and then it directly went to the phone. It cut.
And for context, people that just don't know, like the 40-yard dash is a really big metric for like football and how fast somebody is. One of the fastest players to ever play football ever, Michael Vick, changed the game because of how fast he was. Runs a 4.33. So
what does Tyreek Hill run?
He's definitely up there.
Something
too.
like that.
Yeah, Tyreek
So
is
something
definitely
like
up
that.
there because Tyreek Hill is freaking
And
fast.
Katt Williams is saying at 50 years old, he can run a 4.4.
Yeah,
He can't.
Jesus
What's
Christ. He
Tyreek
runs
run?
a 4.29.
Yeah, I think he's the
That's
fastest. I think he's the fastest. Is he not the fastest in NFL history, if I'm not mistaken? I don't know. But I thought Tyreek Hill
Katt
was.
Williams is saying he's 2 milliseconds behind Tyreek Hill at 50.
No, impossible.
Like, come on.
Impossible.
That
And
is just-
Tyreek Hill
it's
is like
laughable.
literally
Tyreek
like
Hill's the fastest.
Tyreek Hill's the fastest, right? Yeah, I think I saw that.
I
Anyways,
just thought that was funny. That
and
was
I
hilarious.
think the other point that I would make, what did he say about the 7 black comedians getting married to a weird face, light skinned girl?
face.
Yo, when
I
they put them
mean,
all next to each other, holy shit.
When they did the side by side of them and all their wives, all of them are married too.
That's-
Nah, but some of them.
Why?
No, but there was
It's
some of them.
not.
There was some of them where they put the picture of them there, and it wasn't even their wife. Like people are just believing. Like
Who?
if you
I didn't
pull
know
it
that.
up, if
The
you
one
pull
I
it up,
saw, it was
can see
all their
it.
wives.
If you pull it up, I can see it.
The picture I saw, it was Eddie Murphy, Steve Harvey, I don't know who else. It was a whole bunch of.
Zoe,
Yeah.
what would you do if like you were like married
His
to a
wife?
dude and then like, you know, some comedian says something about you having a weird face and everything like that.
Weird
and your-
face, brown
and your
skin girl,
husband-
or dark
weird
skin, whatever.
skin.
And your
Light
husband at the
skin.
time was like a very illustrious rapper, transitioned into a big time movie star now.
Okay.
And his form of responding is sitting in the studio with a front facing camera,
Oh,
and just
ludicrous.
dropping a nice 16 bars, and he at no point ever defends the fact that you have a weird looking face. I think that was the craziest response. I can't believe he got on there to rap that shit and didn't address anything he said about his wife. That's wild.
I mean, cause like, why? Like, what do we even have to address here? You know what I mean? Like,
Why address it if you're not gonna
That's-
address like?
yeah.
Why did you have to address it as a rap? I've never seen Ludacris in the studio years.
what?
That's what
No,
I mean.
Ludacris be rapping.
No, not like that. Like I've never seen Ludacris on my TikTok until after the interview.
No, I think Ludacris also had another video not so long ago where he was rapping to the camera.
Katt Williams said Ludacris sold his soul to the Illuminati for a 10 movie
For
deal.
Fast
That's why he's in
and
Fast and Furious. That guy is a legend, bro. He is a legend.
All the Joe Rogan comedians got it too.
Oh my
Everybody got it.
God.
It was great.
he is.
Listen, man.
But they did say the Cedric the Entertainer thing. They did find receipts for him stealing his
Yeah.
jokes.
Well, Cedric admitted to it.
Yeah,
Oh, Cedric admitted that he stole Katt Williams' jokes?
And we all got jokes stolen.
Yeah.
that's.
And Steve Harvey in the wig.
I think people forget to
you
understand.
said Steve Harvey had a bad unit. I always.
He
that
definitely
one,
did. He did.
I'm not completely opposed to that being true because he had the perfect afro.
It was
Every
100%
day.
true. It was 100%
facts,
true.
yeah.
That's how you know a girl is too young for you. If she doesn't remember Steve Harvey with an afro, she's too young.
Jeez.
There hasn't really been a more viral interview, right?
No.
Bro, it had like 10 million in a day.
It has 50 million right now.
Do you agree when people say that Shannon Sharp should have put that interview behind a paywall? Because people are saying for
It
him
depends.
It really
to.
depends.
Yeah, it depends on what Shannon Sharp's.
You want to be rich, you want to be
goals-
famous.
Exactly. It depends what his goals were.
I think Shannon Sharp wants to be. I think it was more virality. Like everyone knows most people know who Shannon Sharp is. Like, I don't think Shannon Sharp needs the money, or would need to monetize off this to like the highest degree.
If I was him, I would have done it exactly how he did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because he could.
Visibility.
It's more of a cultural moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he
100%.
could definitely parlay that way farther.
Yeah.
Because who are his sponsors? DraftKings and someone else. Now, if I'm him, I'm telling them I need a raise automatically. I need a raise now. You need to up me. Whatever I'm getting paid, double it. I just put up 50 M's and your logo is on the screen.
That's true.
Double it right now, or you're done. Double it or you're done. So it's
That's fair.
leverage. It's definitely
That is
leverage.
leverage.
And other people, new people coming in, yo, you saw what I did with that, right?
With Katt Williams, yeah.
So money needs to talk.
And it makes the next person that comes on that show like, oh shit, like,
Yeah.
are they gonna respect? Like, oh,
Yeah,
everyone's gonna
yeah.
want to come back on, you know? Like,
I think people want to come on and beat Katt Williams' record too. Like if I was another celebrity, I would want to come on and get 70 million views.
So you have to say more outlandish stuff, though.
Maybe.
You'd have to go
Or have
crazy.
to speak on something, you know what I'm saying? That's whatever, but
It's
I think
tough to get that many views in an era where everything is clipped.
oh, for sure.
Like people actually watched the full video.
Yeah.
So if it got like 50 million on YouTube, imagine across all platforms.
Insane.
It's probably like close to maybe like 500,000. I mean, 500 million,
500 million?
probably.
I don't think it's that high.
I think so.
I think
No.
it'd be that high.
I think so.
500 million views
He
across
said
what other
across-
platforms?
But he said across
TikTok,
all platforms,
Instagram,
TikTok, Twitter, Facebook,
Every
all
page that posted it on TikTok and Instagram combined.
Oh, so between every page, like secondary page that
Yeah.
post, not just him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So between every other page that posted, whether it's like Shade Room, Complex, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see that. I can see that because a lot of people posted the clips and were
Mm-hmm.
cutting up different stuff, so I can see that.
I've never seen a more viral interview, so.
Never. Never seen a more viral interview. than that?
How much views did there's a couple that I could think of.
Birdman, no. Like,
What about the Ray J one?
Let me
No.
see.
The Ray J and Speedy.
No,
the glasses?
No, not Ray J.
Ray J and the Breakfast Club.
Ray J and
Oh.
Breakfast Club. Charlamagne, are we live?
That
I don't
one,
know.
I feel like
Slap
Birdman,
him.
Birdman
Slap that
definitely, Birdman, that one has to have 50 million.
How much did the Drake and that weird white girl get?
Not that much. That was
They
probably like
took it down,
5 or
though, so
10.
Yeah, they took it down. So you
I think
don't
that was
know.
probably like 10.
Huh? What'd you say?
They took it down, so I can't check.
Oh.
I think it was around like 10.
Oh yeah, they did take that one down. I remember.
Hold on. There's no way. Birdman put some respect on my name. There's no way that doesn't have.
Put some
It
respect.
has 22 million.
Okay.
I'm saying.
Respect on my name.
22 million in 7
Actually,
years.
the biggest one.
7 years? That's kind of
Breakfast
crazy
Club
though.
was the 6ix9ine one, which had 20 million views. That was the most viral one that they have.
Damn.
That's crazy. But
I don't know.
that's- whew.
I mean,
If he gets the money from that, that's a nice little check.
Yeah.
Next month off of AdSense.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
I think there's just been a lot. 2024 has come out swinging. Like I think from like
Or tackling.
the strike tackling. What do you mean?
Depends how you judge
Well,
it.
that's a good
Oh,
one.
you mean you guys are so
No, it could have. You
corny.
could. No, you could have.
You
You
guys
could
are
have. You could
so
have clocked in.
corny.
You could have clocked in and went, "Oh shit, that's a great transition. Let me
No,
catch this lob."
so
but
corny.
no, now you got to come down with it and pump fake out. The defense
I
is caught up
got
to
it.
us now.
Yeah,
we had
sorry.
a whole thing.
We did that. I missed that completely. I was like, tackle it. And then
It's
when you
okay.
said, by the way, you judge it, I'm like, oh, tackling the judge. That was crazy. I mean, I don't have much to say, but that was insane.
He probably runs a 4-4.
But did you see?
I would believe that.
But did you see that when they apparently I didn't follow up. Apparently the same judge sentenced him again. They
Yeah.
put him in like a
3 life
like
sentences.
a bee like a
They put him in,
beekeeper
like, a
suit. It looked
psychotic
like
mask and,
yeah,
like,
Yeah,
like
that's
a
the mask.
spit mask
Yeah.
and a whole bunch. Like he was like
His hands were
were
covered.
cuffed, head like feet were cuffed. All I'm like, damn, they're treating this man. But I mean,
I mean,
he
you
is a
can't blame
danger.
them.
Bro,
No, you can't blame them. You're right. He's
he
scary.
Tackled an old white lady judge. They are
what his
gonna
excuse
put
was?
his cell
They're putting him in the blender.
under the jail.
Did you hear what his excuse was?
What was his? I didn't even know that
said,
he had
"I
made a
just had
statement.
bad day."
I thought he was schizophrenic or something.
No.
I thought he was
think
diagnosed with
no.
all
I
types
think they
of-
should do a scan of his brain. Something is definitely wrong. Like that's not normal behavior at all.
But that's
He
not
either has like crazy anger management or some type of like scary. I'm not gonna say mental health, but something is not. The wires are not wired the way they should be wired. Because no one just does that.
That is
It's not like
mental
he
health.
said like "f you." Like he literally catapulted, jumped. Like you know, but the thing is, the judge stands are fairly high. Like that
high.
man needs to be in a league.
Yeah.
Like he leaped over that.
He
thing. That's
leapt
high.
over,
And
but
how
like
did-
body flat, by the way, which means his legs were parallel to the ground, upwards, over the judge's desk.
And how did he get that far? What was the security? Where was the bailiff? What was he doing?
Yeah.
The bailiff was on the other side of the room,
Yeah.
like, to the left.
Yeah,
Bailiff
the
could have
bailiff
been
was
itching
on
his
the other
head and
side.
like just not been able to like. I'll tell you what. If I do an Engage 8 blitz, I want him as my safety.
Like that was scary. And someone, we got to do the calendar this year.
January's been crazy.
I know, but remember how we said that we should have done a calendar for our recap of the end of the season? For the end of season, we need to keep a calendar about all the moments that happen in every month.
Who are you giving it to this month?
You have to share
This
it.
month-
You have to share it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But this month so far, it's the man tackling the judge.
And Katt Williams.
It's Shannon Sharp and Katt Williams.
It's just that. Those
It's
are
just
the
that. There's nothing
most.
else.
Like, there's nothing that beat that or compared to that. It has to be on the same level or higher. There was
Okay,
nothing.
fair. I mean, recently we had Mos Def called Drake a pops, or what did
But
he
that's
say?
not even
That's
close.
It's not
That's
close.
That's this week.
No, I agree.
Couple days.
I agree. It is, but it did create some buzz. I wouldn't put it on the calendar, but it did create some buzz so far in January, where Mos Def made a comment about when I think the interviewer asked, do you consider Drake a hip hop or a hip hop artist? And Mos Def, you could tell a little. It was giving a little bit of hater. Like you can tell he was definitely in his hater bag a little bit. He said Drake makes music for like shopping at Target. Like it's more poppy. My thing is, yes, that is true, right? Drake is a very multifaceted artist. He songs like Passion Fruit.
They have everything.
Yeah, like
He
that
kept
is
saying that.
Target songs. You know what I'm saying? Like, but Drake, you can't say Drake's not hip hop. Like you tell me Drake is not hip hop at all?
No.
Yeah,
I
that's
can't-
crazy.
you can't say that.
Like at all?
I don't I don't understand why.
And people argue, hip hop's like not just music; it's a lifestyle. It's a way you live. It's what you stand for, which I can agree. Hip hop is definitely like it was a very pivotal moment. It was more of like it was a lifestyle. It was a way of living. It was rules and regulations behind hip hop, and it was a standard.
And it's less of that now. Now it's a
I
commodity.
think it is less of that, right? Like, what are we comparing 1990s hip hop to 2024 hip or 2020s hip hop? Because
Not
you
even
can't
close.
compare that. Hip hop is changing, not in the best way, in my opinion.
Which I think is the point he was kind of trying to make at the end. He's
And
kind of
Drake
saying,
just caught a stray.
Well, no, I think it was full blown hate. It started that way, but then he was saying the shopping analogy, right?
Right.
And then he's kind of saying like, okay, but what happens if this middle column falls and then that column falls? Like, are we on the brink of like an empire collapsing? So I think
Of hip hop collapsing.
Yeah,
I think so.
That's what he's speaking to. It used to be this. Like, it used to have rules and regulations. That shit's very much out of. It's not even like it's less prevalent. Like, we don't abide by that anymore. Those rules and regulations. So like, he does raise a point. Like, what's gonna happen if somebody sneezes too hard? Is all this gonna fall over? Like, are we in that position of it? I understand what he means when it feels that way, because it does feel very bleak.
Do we think Drake has made hip hop a little bit too flexible in the mind of like an old hip hop head?
I don't think it's Drake. I think it's
Yeah.
multiple people that
Yeah, I don't
are
think it's
considering
just
the
him.
factor of
You
it.
think so? I think Drake did a lot of the pushing. Because when Drake came out as like this rapper, but he was also this singer. That was a huge thing. When Drake was also this rapper who sings, there were so many artists, hip hop artists, old heads who were like, "Yo, what the hell is this? Like, who does this?" And that was a huge thing. People are like, "Oh, like this, like, is he a singer? Is he a rapper? Rappers don't sing. Rappers don't whine. Rappers don't cry." That was a huge thing.
Yeah, I think it was the context of Drake, because rappers were singing, but they weren't as emotional. They didn't have emotional music. Like Ja Rule was singing all his hooks. 50 Cent was singing all his hooks.
50
But-
Cent singing.
Kanye was
What
singing.
if
50,
50 Cent
50
sing?
was singing his
If I was your best friend, I want you around. That's singing.
You calling that singing?
That's singing.
But
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. I don't know if that's singing because like Drake be singing. Like, I'm not comparing Drake singing to 50 Cent. Like, Drake be like, you can tell he's trying to get those vocals. You know what I'm saying?
But that's just because of his voice. You can't do
I
nothing
think
about
because
your
Drake
voice.
Is he going for those high note, crazy
He's
vocal
not.
performance? He drakes. People call it's a verb now.
Drake's singing is very monotone.
No, Drake be trying. Drake be trying to sing.
He
50
does sometimes, but I don't think that's
he's
his
not
like.
hitting high notes like that.
Like I don't
Not
think his.
high notes because I don't think he can hit high notes, which is why he brings in like The Weeknd and Daniel Daly and stuff like that for like those background vocals. I don't think Drake can physically hit those high notes, but Drake tries to sing.
Do you think?
But
like,
Kanye was-
100%.
Kanye was singing before Drake was doing it though, but just with auto-tune.
before Drake?
Yes.
But where are you really giving Kanye singing?
But
He
he's
has a
tried.
whole
There's a
album
whole
of it,
album
Zoe.
with
808s?
Yeah.
Yes, but that wasn't before Drake.
No, but
though.
even
No, but
before.
before-
That's what I'm saying.
But what I'm
You want me
saying
to
is.
pull up a like?
No,
No,
but
but
the
like,
thing is, it's
808s
just.
came-
Dropout.
But it's like I think a lot of people call what Kanye was doing not singing just because it didn't sound like singing. But he was trying to sing, "Hey, mama," he's singing, but it just doesn't sound like
Jokes
a.
on you, we still alive.
You kind of that singing?
He's harmonized.
He's trying to sing. It just doesn't
He's
sound
not
like
R&B show tuning, but he's
trying to
Throw
hold
your
the
Maybe
note.
I'm just not
hands up
thinking
in the
it as
sky, you
singing.
said, we don't
You know
Like
Yeah.
808s and Heartbreaks, I will make, it's more of like the singing
That's
category
definitely
for
singing.
sure.
Yeah.
That's singing, yeah.
But I even think before that, like, I don't know if I'm considered that. Like, if I was your best friend, like that, I understand what you mean by singing, but I don't think 50 Cent's really
Slow-
sitting there trying to, like, if
Yeah,
I
that's
was
different,
your man-
no.
Like, he's not doing that. Drake is doing that.
Do you
You
think?
see what I mean?
Do you think slow jams is singing? She says she wants some.
That's Jamie Foxx, though. That's not Kanye.
That
That's,
wasn't Kanye.
Yeah, it
No,
just
it's
happens to
Jamie
be-
Foxx.
it
Are
just-
you
At the
joking?
beginning.
Kanye, man.
Okay, so do you think
Yeah,
Heartless
what's the girl-
is singing or rap or
What do you mean?
harmonizing?
Heartless is singing for sure. That's
you.
singing.
Okay, but the thing is, it's
You can sing that in a
maybe I'm
different
thinking
genre
of
and
the
it's still-
effort. Like he's not like I don't think
Yeah, but
he's
the effort doesn't
genuine.
make it
You can't
not
count guy
singing,
with
though.
auto-tune. He needs that to adjust his voice to sing for the harmonies.
Effort doesn't make it not singing, in my opinion.
I just feel like Drake be like really trying to sing, like not in a bad way, but he's singing.
He does.
like genuinely. Like I Get Lonely
He does,
too.
yeah.
He's singing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the
Singing.
point we're making?
But he's
He
not
does.
like, he's not even, okay, maybe on like a song like I Get Lonely, but like he's not even really R&Bing. Like he's using it as he's using his voice.
Drake's not R&B.
Like on a song like I Get Lonely, but just like most of like, he has R&B songs, but like most of the time, like Headlines, he's not
That's
rapping.
not an R&B song.
It's not an R&B song, but technically he's not
It's just
rapping.
You don't think he's rapping?
He
just
is
melodic
he's
rapping.
harmonizing
No.
every part of that song. He's not really rapping in that song.
I might be.
It gets tough. It gets tough
Don't
when
do
you're
it,
trying to.
please. He's not, trying to hit high notes, but he's not. That's not how you rap.
It gets
that's not how
tough
you
when
sell
you're
your-
trying to define it because then do you think Bryson Tiller sings?
See, this is the gray area.
Oh,
This is
that's
the
a
very
good one.
good point.
Yeah.
Bryson Tiller does the same that Drake does.
But that's
I love
that's
that
when people started arguing about the trap soul category, right?
Yeah.
Is it Bryson Tiller who started it, or was it Party Next Door? Because do you think Party Next Door sings?
I think Party sings.
Party sings.
Is A Boogie rapping or singing?
He's rapping.
He's like melodic rapping.
Okay, so now we have melodic rapping.
Melodic
Yeah,
rapping.
I think that's definitely a thing.
Who?
Nelly. He used to do the same thing.
Hot in here, Nelly?
Bone
No,
Thugs
no,
and
no,
Harmony.
like
Like,
other
this is as
songs
old as
besides
the
Bone
day is
Here.
long. Like
He used to have the singy song voice.
So
on-
you're
on
not
the song.
calling Bryson Tiller and Party Next Door singers?
I think
I'd
Party's
say
singing.
Party sings because I don't remember hearing Party rap.
I think Bryson
Girl,
Tiller
there's
raps more than
somewhere
Party.
you
yeah,
be
but I'd call
looking
both of them
for.
singers.
I think Party. I don't know if I would call Bryson a singer though.
I think
You
he's
call him a rapper?
I wouldn't call him a rapper.
What would you
He
call
makes
him?
he makes R&B music, but I wouldn't say he sings.
Such a what the fuck do we call him
What
then?
would you call him? Like, what was the category?
I don't know.
Trap soul.
No.
Don't do that.
That's what
No,
it is.
it's like I'd say he's a R&B artist, but I wouldn't say he's a singer. Like he doesn't sing.
Okay, but do you see how that is confusing? to a
Yeah,
lot of
it
people?
does. It definitely gets confusing.
No, I'm confused myself because I don't even really understand.
Because then if you're taking it to that, like, what does Lil Uzi do?
He's a. Oh, I
Rage.
see what you mean.
Uzi doesn't really
doesn't
sing, but he doesn't really rap. It's just melodic.
Melodic rap.
It
I think
gets tough.
melodic rap maybe has to be its own
Is
category.
the damn at the
Hold on,
beginning
let
of
me
I Wanna
see.
Rock an ad lib or is it a harmony?
Now he's just
Okay, what? The damn.
He goes on.
That's
There's a
an
whole
ad-lib.
thing.
That's an ad lib.
Try and do it. I bet it won't sound the same when you do it.
Definitely won't. I'm not gonna
Okay,
try.
hold on. Melodic means having or producing a melody.
Yeah, for sure.
So is the damn a melody or is it an ad lib? I
That's an
think it's
ad-lib.
more of a melody.
I think,
I think
it's a
it's
melody.
That's an ad lib. That's an ad lib.
That's a melody.
He does a note.
That's an ad lib.
Whoa.
It's an ad lib with auto tune on it.
But yeah, I don't think it's Drake's fault for anything.
No,
I wonder
what?
if Drake's tired of people talking about him.
Yeah. No problem.
I feel like at this point it doesn't really like it's been going on for the past what 10, 11, 12 years.
But it clearly still, the fact that he responds means like.
Did he
still
didn't
means
respond to
something.
Mos Def though?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He did?
With the
Yesterday.
meme,
Oh, I didn't even see.
the Method Man meme.
Yeah, the Method Man thing.
Oh, I didn't see. I mean,
And he's beefing with Metro.
I feel like
Drake has
Drake.
time.
I
Yeah.
feel like Drake is the type of person who definitely takes things personally, and I think he said that. That like, yeah, like
He's
it's.
sensitive, of course.
Yeah, he definitely gives me, and that's not even to like say anything disrespectfully. I just think some people just naturally take things personally, like they can't help it. And I think he's one of those people. Like I'm like that too. Like a lot of things I take personally.
I'm not like that at all.
Yeah,
I'm like the opposite of that.
yeah. It's not though. It's not the best trait to have. Trust me. And I feel it takes a lot of unlearning to do. But there's definitely some things that I take personally. It's like what?
But there's no reason for you to respond though. Like you don't have to respond to stuff.
No, you definitely don't.
The reason I don't take
But
things personally,
people who take things personally do.
the reason I don't take
don't
things
say.
personally is because I just feel like if it wasn't me, it would be somebody else. Like you're doing this to me. If you didn't do it to me, you would have done it to someone else. You're not doing it to me because I'm me. I'm just in this position right now.
So you think because of your position, you just in the target range?
Yeah,
by default?
I'm just where your crosshairs are aimed at right now. But you're not shooting at me. You're just shooting and I'm standing there.
Everybody's projecting on you. Just always projection.
I think so. Like I think it's very,
That's-
very, very rarely ever personal.
That sounds very peaceful, Tresor.
You think it's rarely personal?
I think it's rarely personal.
I
He has
envy
a
that.
point because
I wish I could
remember
take
how like
things less personal.
how you mentioned a couple of times where like people will say shit on the internet, but they will never say it to your face.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it was personal, they would have every right to say it to your face.
Right.
It's not the same thing. It's online stuff.
That's fair.
Or I just think whatever the action was, say like I might have said something that made you mad and you blacked on me. If he said that same thing and it made you mad, you would have blacked on him instead of me. So it's not about me. It's just like
You're the messenger.
I'm just
That's
I'm just the vessel in that moment. So and of course you'll still be mad. That doesn't mean I don't get upset at things. I still get angry at stuff, but like I get over it pretty quickly because I just feel like all right, like that's life.
What's next, man?
Yeah.
Yeah, having that mentality is interesting. I don't know. I feel like I'm a little bit tapped in. No, I'm kidding.
What was that?
I don't think- I wouldn't call myself tapped. I'm definitely a little bit like, not crazy, but
Like
Cause
I got a squint about a lot of things.
Because something that I don't like is like
That's the best way to describe it. I squint
just-
at a lot. Like, what you trying to say?
That's
Like,
interesting. I
can
find
you
this.
admit when you have your crazy moments?
Oh, definitely. I admit when I have crazy moments.
Okay.
And I'm not going to lie and say I don't have crazy moments. I definitely do.
I don't know, because I don't like people that always think that everything is about them. Where it's like, these people are copying me. These people are
Oh, I'm
talking
not
about
like
me.
that.
No, but I'm just saying in
Oh,
general.
I'm like,
these
that's
people
a
are
little
copying
deep.
me. These people are saying this about me. She's jealous of me. She said this to me because she's a hater. Like, it's not necessarily you. You're just in this position right
Is
now.
that ego or
Right.
insecurity?
I think it's both.
It's I wonder about this. I also think it could be somewhat admirable. People that are just like, I kind of respect it. It's like people who almost like their thoughts are almost like Tourette's. They just can't help
Oh,
but
my
say it.
God.
I'll beep that out.
No, it's fine.
That's,
It's not
that's
that
fine.
bad.
No, no,
I
no.
just didn't expect you to
No,
compare
I
it
meant
to
like
that.
it's almost like it's like a condition they have where it's like they literally, if they see some shit and they think it, like they just can't. Somebody needs to hear this. You know, like I rate it. It can be difficult sometimes with people like that.
I feel like
but
that's how Krishan Rock is.
Who the hell is that?
Krishan Rock.
haven't heard from her in a bit. Eh?
Yeah.
We don't need to hear from her or the other man.
But like he's in jail, so
Is he?
yeah, he is.
Oh.
He was on the phone call today. He's like, "Yo, I'm having fun in here. It's active. It's cracking."
Ew. No.
But
That man,
anyways-
they both need to get off the
But
internet.
anyways, yeah, just those type of people always frustrate me because they always bring you into their drama as well, and I like to just stay outside of it. But like those people where they might not necessarily be your friend or just someone that you're around, and it'll be a situation where it's like we could just maneuver through the situation peacefully if you just relax. And they're like, "Nah, bro, people are looking at me weird." And now it's an issue. And it's like, why did you have to say that? Why did you have to do that?
Nah,
Nah,
fuck
bro.
that. I need to. Yeah.
Nah, he stepped on my shoes. Come on, man. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
People who can't pick their battles.
Yeah.
I think people go.
I-
They swing more than they talk.
Everything's not a battle either.
Yeah. I think certain things, I pick battles, but I pick a lot.
I was gonna say.
Especially the older
I
you
definitely pick
get.
a lot of battles.
I think there should be like a battle number that starts when maybe you're like 16, and the older you get is like one less battle you get to pick a year, because you should not be like beefing with people at like 30 years old.
Yeah.
What do you mean by beefing, though?
Not I'm like petty beef.
Define beef.
Petty beef. And I feel like guys definitely do it too, but just petty beef, like, yo, the last 3 pictures I wore this outfit, she's wearing the same thing in the last 3 girls.
okay.
She's so weird. Why? Like,
No, that is
even
whack.
if it's
But
true,
my thing, like,
let it go.
when I say beefing, like, there's
She was
certain
talking shit about me. I don't like her. When I see her, I'm about to. You don't always have to do that.
No, I agree. But there's certain situations, because I think I was raised by hotheads, my mom, and
That's a very Jamaican thing.
yeah, and I think because my mom is such a hothead, and my grandma was a hothead, and my grandpa's a hothead, there was a hothead, and everyone, both my grandmas were hotheads.
Jamaicans are the only people that are proud of being crazy.
Right. I think because I was raised in a house of hotheads, I naturally have picked up that hothead gene, and like just certain things that, like, especially when it comes to like manners, like certain things tick me off, and like
So
those.
you couldn't say thank you?
So like even if I'm like at like the drive-through at Tim Hortons and they don't say hi, like I'm cheesed. I'm telling you, yo. And the thing is, I'm becoming my mom. My mom is the same way. Like if she goes somewhere,
These people are so rude.
Yeah.
You can't say hello.
yeah. So if like we go to Tim Hortons and like I go to the window and they don't say hi, or they just stare at me, I'm like, are you guys like, hello?
Trey,
Like
do you remember the first time you met Zoe?
Yes.
what? The first
When you
thing,
thought we were eating without you?
me? I thought you guys were eating.
You
with
thought me and Tresor were eating without you.
Oh,
And you lost
I remember
your
that.
shit.
Around her birthday.
It was on your birthday, and I got you oxtail.
Oh, you got me oxtail, and
He just brought his own jerk chicken.
Oh.
He was eating that. Came in and saw that.
You looked at both of them and said, so you guys just gonna eat without me? You got me
gonna
nothing?
eat
You gonna fucking eat without me?
Without us? That's so rude. How you gonna get
then
food? And we're
so
like, yo,
go
Zoe,
sit
like,
down.
just
No,
don't
and
sit
you're
down.
still
and
arguing.
And you're
You're
still
not
fighting them, which was insane.
How are you just
They're
gonna
not
do that in front
talking,
of
and then you looked at your phone and
Just
went,
like,
okay, you guys are still
chill.
eating. Okay, I guess we're not gonna. Like, what the fuck?
But the thing with that, why I feel like that's like, because it's like, because when you,
I actually remember that day. I literally remember walking in, seeing
were
the
vexed
oxtail,
that day.
seeing just start eating like, so yo, y'all just got food.
That was the
and
first
didn't
day
get
I met you.
Didn't get me no fucking food.
and
I
it's,
was so cheesed.
and it's so crazy how different people's brains work, because I would have walked in, saw you guys eating, and that thought wouldn't even have popped into my head
Oh my
of how dare you guys eat without me.
It was so funny because it was Trey's first like time sitting in on an episode, and he was like, "Oh, I wonder what she's like in real life." I was like, "Yeah, she's how she is on
You
the
about to
podcast in
find
real
out.
life."
I found out really quickly.
But if you zoom out and look at it like very macro, you realize how foolish the drive-through lady at Tim Hortons not saying hello puts you in a bad mood.
Because it's more of the principle. Like, my thing is, and it wasn't even just her
That's
not
the root
saying.
of this. What we're talking.
It's not even her
Principles.
not saying hello. It was like the fact that I drove up. And like I said, I used to work in customer service. Like I used to work at Starbucks. Like, you know, one thing, you always greet the customer. You always, you know, whatever, thank you, blah, blah, blah. Here's your order, blah, blah, blah. I feel like now just sometimes customers, like, yo, like this is customer service. Like act like you work, like you don't do something.
Yeah, but here's my thing. This is my main thing. Whenever
Or
anyone,
if I hold the door, people don't say thank you. I'm like,
okay,
what?
yes, but now answer this question. This is what I ask people anytime people are going off about something that I feel like is kind of redundant. Yes, that happened. Now what?
now I cuss her.
But
Why?
why? But
Like,
why?
because why
What
didn't you
is
say?
that gonna
Why
do?
didn't you say hello?
That doesn't
But
help.
here's the-
Okay, no, yes, you cuss her. Now what?
I take my drink.
And then what?
I go home.
That
you
solves
feel
nothing.
better.
Like,
Okay,
you
Zoe.
could have skipped to just going home.
I worked at fast food before.
So have I.
You cussing does nothing to me. I still get.
But my thing is, I'm not cussing. I'm more just like, yeah, I feel like sometimes you gotta let people know, like, yo, that's not okay. Like,
but
sorry,
you
but that's
know
not.
then.
Okay, but like, is it the fact that they didn't say hi to you, or is there something else that's it's reminding you of like another issue that happened before?
Yeah.
And so like,
You think you're funny,
No,
huh?
I'm
You
just-
got
I'm
jokes,
fun. We're
huh?
podcasting.
So
Let's
funny. No, I just generally think it's rude. I'm not gonna lie. I just think it's rude.
So you're not
Yeah, but
projecting.
have you,
Like I remember one time.
You're not projecting.
I don't think so.
but have
Maybe
you
I'm just
never
becoming my mom. 'Cause I
There's no
remember.
way you've never been like, yo, I just forgot to say hi because you worked at fast food before, yes?
No, I've never forgot to say hi to a
I
customer
have
or
the whole
greeted.
setup here done, and you didn't
at
say a word.
Starbucks?
Yes.
Starbucks? Are you joking?
Oh,
There's
that's
no
different.
way that someone could walk up to the cashier and I just stare at them.
That's a healthier environment
There's
than
no
McDonald's
way.
or Tim Hortons,
Like,
so that's
like,
different.
Even managers like, why would you not? Like, imagine you walk up to a Starbucks counter and they just stare at you.
That's I
Yeah,
wouldn't.
that would be weird.
You wouldn't say anything?
because I could care less. I don't know what's
Yeah,
going
but I
on with
wouldn't
their
care.
day.
But
That is, I'd be like,
You
yo.
must hate it in the States.
but I am saying
No, in the South, they're very,
pretty
very
hospitable.
polite. Yeah.
I don't think there's anything wrong with calling people out that are rude. That's
Yeah.
not what I'm saying. I don't think there's anything wrong with being like, yo, you could have said hello.
That's what I do.
What I find wrong is like whatever this interaction is affecting your emotion or affecting now your day is off to a bad start because you're mad at the Tim Hortons lead.
No,
That
that's not how
doesn't
it
make
goes.
sense.
To me, that's not me. It's more. I'm gonna tell yo, like you could say hello, like
But
that was rude.
sometimes see, but the thing is that interaction could build because now it could either go one or two ways. You could be like, yo, you could have said hello. They're like, oh, I'm sorry. Continues. Or it's you could have said hello and now the person's giving you attitude back because you're giving attitude to them. And now you guys are really arguing. And now
it's
who
a real
knows how
problem.
who knows how far it's gonna take.
That's a risk.
Now you're jumping over the jumping over the counter.
Okay, no.
And you're fighting at 10 in the morning.
I don't think I'm going that far with it.
This is why it's a little admirable. It's like, yeah, you really like.
I just
stand
don't-
on your principles.
Bro, I'm
like,
telling. I don't know. It was just great. I remember one time when
you'll
I went
ruin
to.
everybody's day.
I'll never forget. I went to TD Bank when I was maybe like 16, 17 to close my bank account. And my mom was like, okay, like, we're here to close your bank account, whatever. We're going to go to or another bank, blah, blah, blah. And the girl was like, okay, yeah, like, just wait here. Or no, at first she said something. She was like, okay, like, waiting. She's like, mama, this. My mom, she was like, okay. And she stared at my mom. My mom was like, well, can I talk to someone else? And she was like, yeah, you can talk to someone else. Like, they're coming. And then she started tapping her pen. And my mom was like, why? Like, I don't know why that just took my mom. My mom was like, are you going to sit here and just tap your pen in my face? Or are you going to go call your manager like I asked you to do?
That's funny.
Like, literally, because my mom was like, can I talk to your manager? She was like, yeah, and just stood there and just tapped your pen. My mom was like, are you going to sit there and tap your pen? Or are you going to go and get your fucking manager? And I was like, oh, God.
Oh, Lord.
And now I've
Here we go.
become, yeah. But that girl was rude, though. Don't just tap your pen at someone. If they say, can I talk to someone, you just sit there and tap your pen.
But why does that?
Any type of repetitive tapping, like your leg going and stuff, can be just. Like,
But my thing is, if I ask, okay, can I talk to a manager, and you sit there and just like tap, like what are you doing? Like what are you doing?
You know what's funny too? I think women have this luxury.
Oh, to get that
You
off?
have the luxury to like be mean to people.
But it's the same way that men, when you got, like, for example, if we go out to eat and you say no onions on your burger and they put onions on your burger, men will just hold it.
Yeah.
I'm not holding that.
Yeah, you
because
can
you
say
have the
that.
luxury to say
And
something.
this is why when I go out with men or whatever and they're like, oh,
Yeah.
I didn't want this on my burger. I'm like, hello, hi, he said no onions.
Yeah, you could say that. Because now imagine you're with me, we're at the bank, and I'm like, so you're going to sit there and tap the pen in your face, you're going to go get the fucking manager. You'd be like, whoa. Oh, my God. Settle down. Why would you scream at this lady like that? You would think I'm a terrible person. And I don't even look aggressive. Now imagine if I was like
It's just-
6'5", corn dreads, big beard.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they're calling the police just
Yeah.
for me saying that.
You're right. Unfortunately, especially as a black man, yeah, you guys really,
there's
unfortunately,
like
the
an
way
impending
society
danger
has.
that just attached
We can't
to
be
that.
angry in public places.
That's why it's
Yeah.
the worst when like you have a friend that's like that. It's like, bro, you're gonna get us all in trouble right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can see that. Yeah, I try not. I just say things like, bro, I'm like, you're rude. Like, I just hate unnecessarily rude.
I get
people.
that though.
I just
get
can't. That's one of my biggest pet, and I don't know if I'll ever get over it. Just my big. I just like don't.
You can. You just have to be a little bit tolerant with people.
Yeah. Or people like push you in public and don't say excuse me. What the hell? What the hell?
That depends.
Like if they're like trying to like go through a door and like you're already in the doorway, so they just like move past you, but they don't say excuse me. I'm like, yo, what in the world?
Once again, privilege.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if my mind always just goes to the darkest place. Because this is how I feel the interaction will go. We're walking through. Someone pushes me. Yo, you can't say excuse me? Bow!
Oh my god! Oh my god!
As
Now I
men,
get
we think in
shots.
extremes. Yeah, like, yeah.
It goes to that sometimes.
That quickly.
Because you see how there's an impending danger. Like, can you go get the fucking man? Like, that's different when a guy says that.
Yeah.
Like, that exchange between two men, there's kind of like, you know, if you take things to a certain level, violence could ensue.
Yeah.
Yes, and
Yeah.
I feel like the crash out level for men is way higher than it is for women. Like, guys will crash out over anything. Jail 20 years just because you asked him to say excuse me.
I don't think I've ever crashed out though.
Never?
I don't think so. No, you would know.
I don't think I've ever crashed out to the point like, no.
What do you mean?
Like when you say like crashed out, do you mean like
No.
like the worst possible like
There's a
outcome?
very, very bad. I almost crashed out in Mexico with that white man. I swear I almost
What do
did.
you do?
Wait, what happened?
What did he do? You're like the most unbothered person. What did a white man do to make
You don't remember?
Right?
I've told this story.
Have you?
I don't think you have.
I don't think you have.
And I have the foot of my Mexico trip, and I have the footage on my phone where I was doing one of the trips. And
Like
I was
S trip, right? Something like that? Yeah.
There's no way I haven't told this story. If I haven't, that's crazy.
I don't
could
think
literally
do you remember? I
pull
don't
up-
remember it.
I could pull up some of the footage. So I was on the trip. I was in my room. Let's say it was nighttime. I hear this banging on the door. Boom, 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 boom. I'm like,
On your door? Like
Yeah.
your hotel room door?
yeah. I'm like,
Okay.
okay, that's weird. I thought it was maybe just someone walking by. It continues. Boom, 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 boom. I'm like, okay, like, I feel like maybe, like, that's not my roommate because I know he's not here.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on. I'm like, okay, maybe it's just someone, like, drunk. I think maybe they'll go away. Boom, 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 boom. I'm like, you know what? All right, I'm going to go answer this door. And I'm like, you know what? Whatever is behind this door is about to be foolishness. So I'm going to record this. So this was the first video. I opened the door, and it's this drunk white dude with his pants around his ankles stumbling at the door. Maybe we can insert this. So it's a drunk white dude with his pants around his ankles stumbling at the door, right?
You okay, bro?
I'm showing Zoe the
Wow,
video.
you're like being
So-
accommodating. Like,
Yeah,
you're asking
so
if
he's like,
okay.
I'm
asking
being
him-
nice. I'm like, yo, you okay? He's trying to tell me that this is his room. I'm like, bro, this is not your room. He's like, no, this is my room. I'm like, bro, this is not your room. I kind of like slightly push him out into the hallway.
Yeah.
Now I'm standing with him in the hallway. Now he's starting to get angry with me. I'm like, bro, this is not your room. But he's like piping up, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna leave this premises right now. I start walking down the hallway. He starts chasing after me.
Oh my God.
Trying to run into me. And I'm recording this, and I'm like, yo, I don't want to have to beat somebody's ass today. Because remember, I'm working.
Yeah.
Technically, I'm working. I'm like, yo, I don't want to have to beat somebody's ass today. And I saw with his thing, like he was one of the people on the trip.
Oh.
So he's running after me full speed. I'm just ducking out the way. I'm like, yo, I can't do this. I go downstairs, kind of out into the main courtyard. I was going to go to a friend's room. He runs down there after me. I'm trying to like talk him down because he's visibly like just blackout drunk. We're trying to talk. He grabs my shirt like this, like grabs my collar. Now I'm mad. So I grab his collar
Oh
back.
my God.
And I'm trying to tell him, yo, like, calm down. But he's visibly drunk. So now we're standing in the courtyard, draping each other up. And his friend, I start hearing someone like talking. And like his friends are like up on the balcony. They're like, yo, Jake, stop. And I'm like, yo, is this your friend? Come get him before I beat his ass. They're like, no. I'm like, come get him before I beat his ass. And they're just standing there, just watching.
Oh my God.
So we're still grappling, swinging each other, draping each other up. I have my phone in one hand. I have him in my other hand. And in my head, I'm like, do I drop my phone and just start wailing this guy with punches? Or what do I do? So we're there, and like I'm like, it's going through my head. And literally probably 2 more seconds longer, I would have dropped my phone. 4 or 5, 2 of my homegirls and my roommate and someone else, they come running in. They come running in from like across the hotel. They're like, hey, hey. And I guess that startled him, and he let me go. Because she said that she was on her balcony, and she was chilling. She said she saw me with the guy, and she thought we knew each other. And then eventually she's like, yo, I don't think this is friendly.
Yeah.
So she got up, and she got everyone else. They ran in screaming, let him go, let him go. He drops me. He kind of gets startled, and he's backed into a corner. So now there's like 6 of us surrounding him, paging him. And now I'm heated, like, and you guys know, like, I don't get mad. My blood was boiling. I was so mad. We're cussing him in his face. He takes off running. And I'm telling you, this was literally like an episode of Scooby-Doo. He took off running. I took off running after him. They took off running after me. And because we're making so much noise, the hotel security is chasing them. So it's just a line of people chasing each other. He like ran back upstairs, and I ran back up after him. And like by this point, like I'm still mad, but I'm not like crash out mad. So I'm kind of just like in his face cussing him. And then everyone comes, and the hotel security comes, and then it's this whole big thing. Like it literally became this whole big thing. He got kicked out of the hotel.
Oh, damn.
We had to change rooms in the hotel.
Why'd you change rooms?
Because they're like, we don't know what's gonna happen. We don't want people to start retaliating and all this type of stuff. So we had to change rooms. And then my like higher ups, like the program managers, and this is what I don't like. So they come now, the bosses, like the top bosses, we're telling them what happens. And one of them was like, yeah, you know, we just want to make sure that we know everything that's going on, because we know Tresor could be a bit animated sometimes. I'm like,
What
the fuck? I'm like, I have proof. I have footage.
Animate. That's wild.
I have literal and this is why I recorded it. I'm like, bro, I have literal footage of this man attacking me, and you guys are still trying to spin it like it's my fault.
Animated is kind of crazy.
Like, what are you doing? I had to send them all the videos, and like it was a whole thing.
You had to clear your name. Like,
I had to clear my name, and I was the one that got attacked.
I would have
in
left.
your room.
I would have left the trip.
I was minding my business in my room.
I would have left the trip.
And you had like smoking gun evidence, and you still had that.
Yes.
Wait, and you have witnesses too.
Yes.
You're like, I'm getting.
And what if you didn't have those videos? Then what?
That's what I'm saying. So what if I didn't have the videos, one, and what if I actually whooped his ass? Like, what if I actually beat him up?
You would have been gone.
I would be in Mexican jail.
I think about that. You think about being on the plane. I don't want to get in a fight in another country. Like,
Me neither.
I had a heated exchange in Cuba once, and I'm like, really, like, no, I'm not fighting.
Yeah.
in another country.
I would be in Mexican jail. And then the funny thing is, we went out the next night and we saw him and his friends like at the club.
Oh, wow.
And we could tell that they saw us, and they were shook. And in my head, I'm like, bro, nobody's worried about you no more. But they were so shook. But
Wow.
But
You
but
never
the whole
told us that
team,
story.
Yeah, you never told that story.
But the
before.
next day, the whole team even came to me. They're like, yo, like, we really, like, we applaud, like, your restraints, because we know a lot of people, it would have went different. I'm like, bro, 5 more seconds, it would have went different. I swear, like, I used every ounce of restraint I had in my body. If I wasn't working, and if I wasn't in another country, it automatically would have went different.
Damn.
I was so mad.
Yeah, I don't know if I have. Oh no, I almost crashed out in Jamaica, but yeah, that's the closest I think I've been to like crashing out, where it's like I just like, yeah.
I've crashed out once, but I don't want to talk about it.
You know, but yeah, are you thinking about you trying to crash out, or if you ever crashed out?
I don't know. Like,
I don't think any of us have
Not really, yeah,
crashed
like-
out, because crash out has like, sometimes it has like irreversible consequence.
Damage.
then no,
Yeah, like
no.
actually executing the crash. I've come very
Yeah.
close.
I've
like,
come close. Yeah,
come very
Jamaica
a
came
few
close to
times,
crashing out.
Does crashing out count like just fighting or like?
No.
It's
no,
like I don't really know how to describe.
It's
It's like
there's-
it's like
there's-
when you hit like a level of just like it not insanity, but it's like you just like you're off. Like
Yeah.
you got
Oh,
either
but
so
I-
mad or so
I
your
don't know, I've
emotions
kinda
have run
I've kinda gotten
so
like-
high
I know,
that like
but
you
that-
just start
I've kinda gotten that
wilding.
bad.
But it's not just that. It's
Let me see.
the main crash out is like there has to be consequences. Like
Yeah.
you got so mad that you fought and now you got arrested and you're in jail. That's
Oh,
a
okay.
crash out.
Yeah, okay.
Just fighting, I wouldn't necessarily call that crashing out.
Okay.
So the definition of crashing out on Urban Dictionary is to willingly or unwillingly enter into a situation knowing the outcome will not be good.
Yeah. You know those people that are like,
And
I don't care what happens.
Yeah, or it can be irreversible.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
I've almost crashed out in Jamaica, and I almost crashed out with this guy that I was seeing once, and he just pissed me off.
What,
And
you were like a grab the steering wheel type of person?
no, like I pulled up to his
I'll
crib.
crash this for
No,
both
no,
of
no,
us.
no, no, no. I like pulled up to his crib and like kicked his door.
Oh my God.
Wait, you kicked his door?
Yes.
Did he? Whoa.
75 SWAT.
Yeah, but you know, younger,
How old
wild,
were you?
like 20. Well, I was really young, 21.
I pulled
maybe?
up. I pulled up to a girl's crib.
20. Yeah, I think I was like, this was before.
I didn't.
know
I
if
didn't.
Yeah.
Yes, I know that sounds very unusual of me.
For what?
I pulled up to a girl's crib, but I didn't. kick
No,
her.
maybe I was like 20,
Yeah,
22-ish. Yeah, 21, 22-ish. Yeah.
but she wasn't home. So that's kind of even worse. Like,
Then what? Like,
Yeah,
use it on yourself.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's even worse. Like,
that's
she's
even
not
worse.
home, and then what are you gonna do?
Because now I just have to drive back home. Nothing resolved.
Yeah.
Not me getting none of my anger out.
But I'll never crash out over a man ever again.
Yeah, I would never.
Ever again.
I've had multiple.
And I didn't even crash out. I was just close to crashing out because I was like, I was just so upset. But now I'm just like,
Yeah, you
yeah,
can't
you
let
might
people
get like a
take you
couple,
out
like
your-
maybe a cussing or something, but I'm not, unless I'm like, no, there's no way I can crash out
almost
over a
crashed out
guy
defending
again.
my mom, but that's it.
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah, there's no way I can crash over a man.
I've almost, and I don't like it.
Do you know this? Sorry, not to cut you. You know this the story of Betty Broderick?
Yes.
That is the definition of crashing
Yeah,
out.
that is
Who's that?
Who is
Yo.
that?
You don't know Betty Broderick?
No.
Go home tonight and
Can we just
start.
get a quick
Yes, you will. But you have to watch. Go start season 2 of Dirty John, and it's the Betty Broderick story.
I haven't
it's
started
Dirty
season
John.
1 of.
You don't
Dirty
need to
John.
start season 1. It's a different story. But anyways, it's a true story about this woman, and she's married to her husband, and they have like 3-4 kids, something like that. And she like supported him all through school, whatever. He becomes like this big businessman, leaves her for his secretary, and just basically, and his secretary is like younger, basically hotter version of her. And yeah, he like basically leaves her, moves her into this like mansion, starts parading her around. She meets the kids, all this stuff, and this divorce is getting nasty, and she kills them both.
So basically, like you,
Me?
the show.
Oh, I'm like, what? You?
Dirty Relentless.
No, I don't know what you mean.
You.
You with Joe, like the
Yeah.
scary guy? No, I don't think it's. Oh well, yeah, he crashed out because he killed the homegirl in the first one.
Oh, I thought you meant her.
What?
No.
No, the
you,
show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
He
It's like
crashed, but he
you.
crashes out every single
Every
season.
single season.
Like he cuts off his foot, doesn't he? Like the second season,
His
the third
toe?
season,
I
his
think it
toe.
was
Yeah,
his toe.
yeah,
What the hell?
yeah. He crashes out bad.
and she crashed out too. She just got the bad end of it.
Yeah, but they were both crasher outers.
Yeah.
You
Two
can't
crasher
two crasher
outers?
outers. It can never happen.
That's a dangerous duo.
You know who
and I
crashed
don't
out?
crash out,
Dude in
but
Saltburn.
the guy in Saltburn crashed.
I was hoping we were skipping.
Oh my god! If you guys have
Let's
never,
maybe we should finish crashing out and then get the.
I have
Yeah.
no idea what Saltburn
but
is.
I think I
watch
can
it.
never crash out
isn't
over
that
a
what
man.
isn't that what happens when you like ring someone's arm?
No, that's something
I know,
else.
no. That's some Rugbird, not Rugbird, or
No, don't you remember the Salt Challenge?
That was
something
so
like that.
stupid.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
But yeah, when crashing out, it's just like, I can never crash out over a man. I don't think I can ever. I mean, I can maybe crash out over my mom, but it really depends on the situation.
And I don't think your mom would let you crash out over her.
But you know
My
that
mom-
situation
okay.
where the mom and daughter were at that country. Remember, like a couple months last year, that country fest ball. Remember it was the girl and her
Alabama?
mom. No, they were in like what's it called, porta potties, and someone
Yes,
started beating up
yes.
her
And
mom,
she
and then
became a
she
celebrity
started
for a
crash,
bit.
like she was whooping. I would crash out like that. Like there's no way someone's gonna try to
That's
beat my mom's
justifiable.
ass,
That's
and I'm not
justifiable.
going to. I'll crash out for that 100%.
My mom manages rental properties up in Sarnia, so it's a bunch of white people who are like poor and stuff.
Yeah.
Only a few times where she has me come along just for safety and for security reasons. She never lets me fight or let me crash for obvious reasons because she doesn't want to get arrested. Only a few times where a tenant's gotten my mom's face and I'm behind the door and my mom has a cue of like if a guy gets too close, then I step in.
Oh.
But it's only been one time where a guy like put his hand on my mom's wrist.
Oh,
and
jeez.
I shoved him, but that's the most I've done.
Everybody's
Yeah.
dying. Yeah.
And he went like, yeah, like, I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
Like, that's
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I've never
Yeah.
gone to a fight with another person.
Yeah, I would definitely. If I like came out the bathroom, my mom was getting jumped, I'm crashing
it's over.
out.
Yeah, you're seeing red. I think everyone justifiably, yeah, you're
Crashing
seeing
out.
red.
I've had 3 situations where I almost, actually probably more than 3, but just like the ones that I could think about. And this is when I knew I had to do some self-reflecting.
It wasn't when you woke up on the
Yeah, it's different, but it's more if you're at ball runs and
Oh, you're a ball
no,
runs
I'm
fighter?
not. No, I'm
Ball
not.
runs
No, I'm
crash
not.
her
I
out of
swear to
the
God, I'm
worst
not. I
people
swear
on
to God, I'm not.
earth.
I swear to God, I'm not. I swear to God, I'm not.
Crashing out is crazy.
No, I just like I remember going to runs and it was just like, yo, every time you leave runs, mad cheese. Like you need to, and like I don't know, basketball is just not something worth crashing it over. Ever.
Definitely not.
Those are the worst people on earth. The people that get mad at ball runs.
They get me to that place. Like I will not dispute calls. If you think it was a foul, let's run it back. That's fine. Game point, you call it a foul, let's do it. I'll beat you on game point 4 times in a row.
Exactly.
But when you start getting fit, like, you know, like putting hands on me and stuff and doing more than what's basketball, like then
See,
I'll
at the-
leave. I'll leave the court.
Yeah,
Pull a Draymond
literally.
Green, then that's when you get pissed off.
At that point,
No,
I'll
I
just-
leave. I will. I'm not crash. I'm not.
Same.
I'm not getting my gym like privileges revoked here. Like
fun.
I want to come
Like-
back and play.
Like, do you know how doofy you look squaring up in LA Fitness
Yeah.
in the gym? Like, you guys are all like the 10 people playing this 5-on-5 run is probably like a Walmart worker, a construction worker, a postman. You work at the airport. You work in an office. Why are we fighting? None of us are professional basketball players. None of us are getting money for this. Most of you shouldn't even be playing because you're going to hurt yourself.
yeah.
That's fair.
Have you ever crashed out over a girl? I would hate if a man crashed out over me. I think I'd throw. Like I think that would be one of my biggest. To try to crash
Is it
out
your
over.
fault? Like, was it like a you situation or was it like him?
What do you mean?
Actually, no. Remember, I talked about it on the pod a few times.
What do you mean if it was a me situation or a him?
Like, did the man crash out because of something you did or something he did? Like
Both. Don't crash out over me.
Because some girls will enable the crash out.
No.
Like the
I
girl,
don't like it.
Like the girl that's
That's
like
what happened to me. That's what.
the girl.
Like
Yeah,
it-
like simple
They brought it
situations.
out of you?
Yeah, she
They'll
was,
enable it. The one that's like, yo, he was talking to me crazy.
Oh, no,
Go
I mean,
talk
like-
to him.
Oh. I was like, I remember that I've talked about the situation before where like the girl that I was seeing called, like my girlfriend at the time.
Oh, yeah, I
my
remember
ex,
that, yeah.
called me and was like, "There's this guy. He's getting in my face. He's saying this and he's threatening me and he's this. You need to come right now." And then hung up.
Even that is so like.
On my way over though, I was.
If you're
I
mad-
was ready to.
Why do they make us do that?
You
That-
were ready
that's so
to crash
dumb.
out?
No, I was like, yo, like. I may get there, and there may be a 6'9" dude.
I
in
think
my,
the
and I may
only
have
way-
to like.
And I wouldn't want my man
There's
to
no
crash
situa-
out.
There's
but
literally no
if-
situation that you should be calling your man who is not at a situation to go there.
That-
Yeah,
If you're
no.
in danger,
I would never do that.
If you
So
feel
wasn't that
scared,
situation either.
If you
It was a
feel
flex on her part.
Which one's my camera? If you feel scared or you're in danger, call the police. Don't call me. What am I gonna do?
yeah.
Call the police.
So if you were me in that situation, you would have said, "Call the police."
Call the, and I understand why you did it because at that point you don't really have a choice. She already summoned you.
But that's how I knew I wasn't even really that. I remember being on the way there.
And
Like,
the fact
I
that
may
you
have to
were
fight
right-
someone, and then getting there and seeing the situation, and it's like, this isn't that.
And even that
Yeah.
too. That's how you know it's not a thing because there's no way you're angry the whole drive over. At some point in the drive, you're calm and you're thinking,
Shout out to
Why-
Matt
like, why am I
Barnes.
doing this?
Shout out to
yeah,
Matt
like,
Barnes driving
why-
30
why
hours.
am I doing this?
Like if you're driving
Yeah.
for long enough, you're thinking like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
At that point, I might have just. You're not gonna believe what just happened.
Yeah.
I was so mad on the way over. I got a flat tire, so I can't.
Oh
I'm
my
not hanging
God.
off the tire.
Just
That's
take a
funny.
picture of a flat tire. You might have to sacrifice a tire.
Oh my
To
God.
avoid a fight, he might be
You
on
might
something.
just take a
Oh my God. Yeah.
sacrifice the tire.
I
to
don't
not
think
have
I would
to
call
fight.
my man to crash out on him. But I mean, like, if I upset you and you like crash out over that, that's a turn. Like, don't ever do
That's
that.
psychotic.
That's no.
Yeah, that's bad.
And if you've ever crashed out over someone else, that's also like a no. Don't.
Wait,
no.
it depends on the situation because I understand certain things that people react to, but
Yeah, I'm talking about crashing out though. Like, yeah, of course you could be upset and you know something happened in the previous situation or whatever.
There's
but like,
been a lot
if
of-
you told me like, yeah,
There's been
you
a
know,
lot of cheat crash outs.
Yeah, like-
There's been a lot of cheat.
yeah,
crash
but it's like,
That isn't even good to crash out over. 'Cause
I
it's
don't
like,
think so either.
If
It's
someone
not.
cheats on you, they've shown you that they don't like you and this is not a relationship you should be in, so leave.
yeah,
Yeah.
you should not risk your life over somebody's choices.
no,
Facts.
100% not. But yeah, if I'm with my man and like a man tries to grab me something and he just doesn't do anything, that's a different situation. Like, there's no way you're gonna watch a man grab me and just stand there.
I feel like we've talked about
We-
this.
We have. But I'm not going to call you like, you better get on the 427 to the Gardner East right now because I'm downtown and this man, like, what are we doing?
And by that time, the guy's probably gonna be gone.
Exactly. Like
what
unless
the
my
fuck?
man is like in the club and like, oh, you better come outside right now. That's different.
That's why
But I'm not going to
muskets-
call him and summon him from whatever borough he lives in
We
to
should bring
come.
back muskets.
What is that?
You know the gun that has like the big like
What?
Why? What are we gonna do with muskets?
What is that?
it's a gun. Here, let me find what muskets look like so you know the visual I'm speaking to. But the thing about muskets, they were like the first guns. And it took about like 10 or like 15 minutes to load or something like that.
Yeah. So
You know,
by
you
the
have to do
time
all
that
these
you,
things, it's
I
like-
get it.
I don't get it.
I kind
So
of
by-
agree.
what do
So
you
by
mean?
the time that you're done, like, I'll show you. You're gonna talk to my.
these
you
things.
think
Okay.
if you think that you can put your wrist on my girlfriend, wait till I'll show you. So by the time you're done, you might be like,
You're not that bad.
You're not that angry.
honestly,
It's
like,
not that serious.
just don't do it again.
So you think people need to take longer to load their guns before they
there
react?
should be like a timer
Or
Can you imagine?
per bullet.
That's what
There should be like
it's
a
like 10 minutes and you're like,
or make bullets individually $15,000 a bullet.
oh god.
No one's gonna fuck that up. No
Yeah,
one's
you're
gonna
not gonna
like,
waste it.
Can you imagine
spend $30,000
what
in range.
life would be like if every gun had a timer and once you pulled the trigger, it started like 15 minutes? Like,
That would solve a lot.
It's a
of
good Black
problems.
Mirror premise.
yeah,
That would solve.
I'm just gonna, and then it just,
You wait right there. You're watching. It's like when your
you
phone
imagine how
locks.
stupid
And you're
you would
waiting
look?
for it.
yeah,
to
you're waiting
unlock.
for your phone to unlock. It's basically the same thing, literally. I think that would help a lot.
It would.
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
hold you.
Patience.
I feel like we don't need to talk about Saltburn because it's
If
like,
you want to, we
Let's
can-
not.
We can run.
I mean, it was crashing
listen,
out.
it was crashing out. I think if
Dude
you
crashed
want to watch a movie that's gonna make you extremely uncomfortable, watch it. A lot of straight men have problems with it. A lot of straight men didn't get through it just because straight men.
Didn't
are
you
just,
have a problem with it?
No, not a problem. I thought it was a great film.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I'm not gonna say great. I thought it was entertaining. Like, it was good.
thought it
I
was
think the cinematography was the cinematography was
Yeah.
great.
No, I said it was. I thought
As
it
a
was shot
camera
great.
person,
Yeah.
Trey.
I just
Yeah.
said it was shot great. Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say the cinematography was beautiful. I think the storyline was kind of cool. The acting was great.
Acting was phenomenal.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna. It was good to,
just the-
but it definitely made me uncomfortable though. There are certain scenes where I was like, okay,
Dude said, I'm a vampire.
yeah, but men do that a lot.
No, they do.
No,
yes,
they do not.
Yes,
What
they
he
do.
did?
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
I've never.
The-
That's crashing out.
I've
The
spoken.
bad, that's
I
crashing.
can name 5 men right now who've admitted to me that they do that.
They were
The
just
actions are the one thing he did.
What do you mean?
the vampire stuff.
The vampire stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Men definitely. For people who don't know what we're talking about,
I
we're talking
don't
about
believe- I
giving
don't believe
oral
for
to a
one
woman
good-
while it's her time of the month. There are men who do that. 110%. I'm not gonna lie to you. There are 100% men who will go down on a woman while it's her time of the month and not feel a way.
Willingly?
Yes. Like you could. It's never happened to me, but I've had men tell me like, yeah, he's like, I went down on her. To me, I think that's kind of gross. I'm
That's
not gonna lie.
fucking
As a woman who experiences it every month, it's not the best time, and it can get very down there. So if a man willingly puts his face down there, I think that's very crazy behavior. but don't do it to me. And if you've done it before, my stomach's hurting a little
Have
bit.
you seen the people that said the bathtub scene was attractive to them?
That's disgusting. The bathtub scene was very gross. It was viral on Twitter. If you saw the scene, then you know what I'm talking about. Basically,
I don't know. Don't say.
I'm gonna say it. So, because Tresor doesn't know. So there's a scene in the movie where
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. If you're gonna watch Saltburn, don't listen to this part of the podcast. But it's also like you've probably seen the clip on Twitter already, and it's not gonna ruin much of the movie. Trust me. There's way worse. But there's a scene in the movie where the guy, basically a guy is obsessed with his friend, and he's staying with his friend at his like mansion. His friend's like super rich, whatever. And they share a bathroom. So there's a scene where the super rich, like popular guy is in the bathtub and he's like jerking off. And he's like in the tub, like taking a bath, but he's jerking off in the tub. And then he gets up to like, like wash off whatever. And like he dries off. He's like, okay, I'm going to go to bed. And the guy comes in the bathroom and drinks the bath water as it's going down the drain and like slurps it.
Yep.
It was nasty. I watched it and I was like, damn.
Tresor, keep in mind there's worse stuff in this movie.
There's worse stuff.
You know the grave scene.
The
was
grave,
improvised.
yeah, let's just
I don't wanna know.
improvised.
Wait, what?
That wasn't written into the movie.
I heard an interview before I seen the movie where dude was like, yeah, like I kind of had an idea that day that like, it was going to be a crazy day on set. So it was a closed set. Nobody came. And I just, I was like, what would Ollie do if he was in that position? And it just happened.
Okay.
It's one continuous shot. Like they just set up a camera and he.
Oh.
You know what?
Okay, no, that actor might need to go
Anytime,
talk to someone.
anytime someone plays the Joker, watch out for them.
Anytime someone plays the Joker?
Yes. This actor plays like the Joker in like the newest Batman iteration.
Does he?
Jared
does,
Leto
yeah.
played the Joker.
He would be
had a cult.
good.
I
Heath
will
Ledger.
show you what he looks like, actually.
Heath Ledger. Heath Ledger was the best Joker, though, R.I.P.
Shout out to Jack Nicholson.
But I
He's
think
the
that
most normal
definitely
Joker.
played a factor in Heath Ledger no longer being here. Like, he, like, devoted his life to that character.
So,
And that's him as the Joker.
That's
He's
him.
going to be good. Because he was scary in Saltburn.
Yeah,
so I think he's going to be
he's built for
scarier
that.
as the Joker.
his voice actually.
Who's Batman, though?
in this one?
Yeah.
Twilight.
Robert Pattinson.
Wait, is this out?
Yeah.
It's the new Batman.
It's been out, yeah. Like for almost 2 years now.
And Gordon's black. It's great.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know he played the Joker.
It wasn't.
does-
It
it's not a
wasn't
big
in.
role.
It
It's
wasn't
not a
in
big
the
role.
movie. It was like an extended cut that they released online.
Interesting. But I also, what's his name? Joaquin Phoenix in like the Joker
And
movie.
he's a weirdo too. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't like that movie.
Oh, I loved it.
It was so.
You didn't like the Joker? They're doing the Joker 2 is a musical, which I'm kind of pissed.
not
And
gonna
Lady
watch
Gaga plays
No, I like
Harley
the character,
Quinn.
but the storyline was depressing.
That's
very
the point.
Lonely
I
white
get
guy.
it,
porn.
but-
Like,
Oh, I loved
Shit.
it. When you realize that he was never dating that girl, that twist,
awesome.
I screamed in the movie theater.
Really?
I was so shocked because I genuinely, I'm like, wow, like he found this little black girl, like
I think
he's
that
dating
movie-
this, like, yeah, like wow, like he's kind of normal. And then when you realize like she doesn't know who he is, I was like, yo, that whole 10-minute was in his head.
Yeah.
Did you watch that movie?
I did, but I don't remember it.
Yeah, that whole 10 minutes you think like they're dating and they're together, and then when he gets back to reality, she's like, oh, aren't you blah blah blah, and I'm like,
Yep.
oh shit, I was shocked.
You didn't like it?
I loved it.
I like that movie. I really don't like when a movie has like really strong themes and like things that are going on low key, and then they have some sort of monologue at the end that like spells it out and beats you over the head with exactly explicitly what they meant. It's like, I got the point, man. Like you didn't need to. You know how the whole monologue he goes on at the end, like on news, like when he's on the
Oh
show.
yeah. And then he
You
kills
thought
the
that
anchor.
spelled it out?
Yeah, like you know at the end of Departed where like dude gets shot
Oh,
or
I
whatever.
love The
and then
Departed.
The rat, and then the rat.
And then the
comes-
rat runs around.
Yo, bro, you didn't need to. Like,
I
yo, you're
loved
so
that.
extra, bro. Like, you don't
I
need to do
loved
that,
that.
shit. That's so extra.
I loved that.
No, don't don't humor me. I'm not
I
stupid.
loved
like,
The
I know what
Did
you
you
mean.
watch The Departed?
You gotta
Oh,
let people
Tresor,
figure it-
get on. Good film,
I
You
did
man.
gotta
not
let people
watch
figure it out
that
for
movie.
themselves, to be honest.
Go home tonight
Yes.
and watch The
Yes.
Departed. The
Like,
Departed
I
is a
hate
great
when
film.
Directors like spoon feed you like.
I
answers
hate
to
it.
some
I feel
movies.
disrespected.
I love the ending of The Departed. Everybody dies.
I like everything except that part. Like a little, like no, don't let it. Don't
No,
put that
actually-
bow that you think looks so good. It's tacky. Take it
I
off.
like
no,
it.
The one
no.
movie where I need them to explain was Tenet. I didn't understand that fucking movie
And they
at all.
explained it, and I still don't know what the fuck happened.
I don't know what it means at all.
I don't know what that movie is at all.
Tenet.
No.
Okay, don't worry. You don't need to watch it. It's
Yeah,
fine.
don't. It's not.
It's too confusing.
Interesting. Tresor, you have a lot of things to catch up on. Don't watch Saltburn, but watch The Departed.
Oh yeah, you finished the Marvel movies though, right?
Define finish. Like,
Like,
how do you?
Where'd you
really-
get? Where you at?
From what you said last time,
I watched Endgame. I
Okay.
passed that,
you
and
can
then
stop
it gets it gets weird.
Did
after
you earn
there.
Endgame though? Like, did you watch?
I watched all of them. I watched all of them.
Okay.
I watched all of them.
It's valid, right?
I watched all of them, but like it gets weird after that because then it like
it does. Yeah.
it starts to do like multiverses and prequels, and now it's I'm confused.
Yeah.
This
But-
is where like Marvel kind of like, okay, we reached our hype and now we don't know what the fuck to do.
Yeah.
Marvel was like.
But I
Trap
thought
Soul
Endgame
before.
Thanos kills everybody.
No, Infinity War was the one where he killed everybody.
So if
Endgame was the one where like they went back.
They
in
went
time
back in time
like,
and
they
stopped
tried to
him.
reverse everything.
so, okay, I'm not a Marvel.
So
I
I
watch a
see-
few movies, but sometimes
So
I'm
I've
like,
finally seen the ending scene that everyone was so like
Oh, for Endgame?
taken aback
Yeah, yeah.
about with Endgame, and it's like I get it.
But you binged your way there. You didn't like 10
Yeah, I
years,
didn't
like 15 years your way to
you
that.
went through
Like,
like a whole vacation through it, basically.
Yeah.
yeah, like you didn't
It's
earn
like I
it.
get it.
really.
It was still
you say he
sad.
didn't earn it. That's
I think
hilarious.
it was still sad, but like the way people were talking, how they dropped
What
to their
scene where he
knees
snaps
in
his
the
fingers
thea-
and
in the
everyone
theater.
disappears?
It's very
No,
different.
where-
Oh, when Iron Man dies.
Yeah.
It's
Oh.
different from when like you're watching it when you're in a theater for the first time and like no one's seen it at all. There's no spoilers, nothing.
I ain't never seen no shit like that where people were standing up. Oh my god! when
Really?
Black Panther. Actually, it was worse when Tobey Maguire walks through the fucking.
Oh my
portal.
God! It was in
I couldn't-
Spider Man.
I couldn't
Yeah,
believe
yeah.
I was
When
at a movie
Tobey
theater.
Maguire came through the portal, I was
screamed.
like,
People scream.
stood up with the slugs. That's my Spider Man. Tobey Maguire's. People think that Tom Holland. No, Tobey Maguire is my
yeah, yeah.
Spider Man.
And when like everyone came out for like the final battle scene,
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, oh
Yep.
shit.
Yeah.
You
Yep.
weren't on your feet, like, yo, this is.
That was
too
a
late.
great
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
But that's why the next day after I watched it, or no, I think it was probably the same day, I had that little Instagram story about how much this would have, like, how much did this cost to make? And that's why I went down the whole deep dive with like the actors and stuff. But that was expensive. That was an
Yeah.
expensive movie.
Yeah.
When it's funny because my sister and I fought about this the other day. Because when Spider Man first came out, my dad got like the official Spider Man poster like from the movie theater, and it's like he got it like framed and everything, and it's like in our basement, and like we were fighting about who's gonna get it. I won, obviously, but that post, like I'm gonna take a picture of it and show you guys. That poster is like legendary, and it's like it's like this huge.
Is it
like,
him on the wall?
It's
like
him
that?
on the
I
Empire
have
State Building.
I have the exact same
Yeah,
poster.
it's him on the Empire State, and
I
it was
think
the
I could
official.
I think I could see it in my
Yeah,
head.
it's the official
I have
movie
that.
poster of Spider-Man when it first came out, and it's like this huge framed picture,
It's
and
him,
it's
like,
from
on
the
the
movie
side of the building,
of the Empire State
and
Building.
It has like,
yeah,
like an orangish tint.
hue. Yeah.
I know what
Sick
picture you're
poster.
talking about.
Sick ass poster.
Those were the good old days.
right?
Yeah.
May
like
3rd,
posters is a lost
2002.
art.
Yeah, they need to bring back like,
Like,
physical memorabilia
Movie
for
posters?
stuff.
Yeah,
It's a
like
lost
movie- yeah.
art still.
Movie poster art does not hit the same anymore.
At all. Neither does cover art for albums.
Yeah.
Oh, they're all bad.
Terrible.
That was the thing for superhero movies. They were kind of sick back then. Like, think of even Spider-Man 3, like when he's in the black suit. Like that.
Oh,
had
in the
when
rain,
for
so
the Venom.
many sick covers.
Yeah,
man, for that
yeah.
for that
Yeah.
movie.
Bro.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
I don't know. Art's getting lazy nowadays. Everything's a remake
AI.
or a
Everything is, like,
remix
so,
or
like, everything's
AI.
handed in one room.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, like everyone's blended head together.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
need to like, give me something creative.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know.
But
The
We're
Dark
losing
Knight-
recipes.
The Dark Knight
Yeah,
poster
for
when
real.
that first came out was my favorite.
Oh, the
poster.
Dark
good.
Knight poster
The
was
Why So
fire.
Serious with him writing it on the glass.
Yes.
I have that poster too. Let's go.
You know, also, why do niggas love getting the Joker tattooed on them? You know how many niggas I know
That's
with
just
the
DeMar DeRozan.
That
No,
Murderer.
I know a lot of guys with the Heath Ledger Joker on them,
it's people's-
or the Why So. I know a lot of guys with
It's
the
the
Joker
same
tattooed on them.
fixation that guys have with Scarface.
Oh
Like-
my god!
Look at you
my
guys
God.
moaning and groaning over
bro,
Scarface.
No, you're
Like,
spitting. No, you're
bro,
this is
no, no,
facts.
I just feel like sometimes people don't like.
idolize really horrible people.
Yeah, like you realize. First of all, you remember who he was, right? And second of all, you remember how
Tony Montana.
you remember how he ends up.
Yeah,
Why would you want
Say
that?
hello to my little friend.
Why would you want that on your body?
it's the same people that fetish over Ghostface. It's really strange to me.
It's a genre. It's called Literally Me. like it's a genre of film, movie, TV show where it's like people watch it to just be like, that's me. I'm like that. They see the Joker being so lonely and man, that's exactly like me, and they like get so passionate about it. Like Taxi Driver and
The
Yeah.
Joker.
The Joker, Scarface.
Scarface.
Yeah. Because people have like the tattoo, like like the half, like when he's like looking through.
Yep.
Yeah, they have that tattoo.
Planet of the Apes.
I don't know if Ted. I've never seen Planet of the Apes.
A lot of
tattoo.
dudes got gorillas on them for
What?
sure.
Drive. You've seen Drive?
No.
Or sorry, no, with Nightcrawler. With the,
Oh yeah, with
Is that Jake Gyllenhaal?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah,
That one
yeah,
was
yeah.
He's evil in that. But
Yeah,
people
yeah.
see themselves in it, and it's like Thanos even. Like villains, people
Yeah.
idolize. For
A lot of
There's
people
a lot of people
have a lot of guys are
have the
obsessed with
same.
the Joker. I mean, I love the Joker too. Like I think the Joker's the best villain ever created.
Fight Club's probably the biggest one. For
But I just think it's so funny that so many men have the Joker tattooed on them.
A lot of guys do share the same
Or the
tattoos.
lion.
Yeah, the
Joker, lions.
It's like these tattoos are supposed to be unique, but everyone has them, so they're
Yeah.
not unique anymore. It's like even positive figures. Most guys probably have the same dudes. It's probably
Martin
either
Luther
going to be
King.
like Kobe,
Kobe.
Martin Luther King,
Jesus.
Jesus.
Jesus, Malcolm X,
Yeah.
Muhammad Ali. Like,
Yeah,
you know how
you're
many
right.
dudes I've seen with the picture of Muhammad Ali like that?
Like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the Allen Iverson step. I don't know guys have the Allen Iverson step
You've
over.
seen with your own eyes someone have the step over
Yeah.
Allen Iverson tattoo
Yeah.
on them?
Yeah.
That's probably that's
Yeah.
a long.
Insane.
That's a
Yeah.
that's tough.
I've seen
Or
Martin Luther
Michael
King.
Jackson.
I read it.
Michael Jackson. A lot of people have Michael
Yeah,
Jackson.
I've seen
too.
Martin Luther King with my own eyes. I've seen Malcolm X with my own eyes. I've seen Kobe with my own eyes. I've seen Allen
Yeah.
Iverson step over with my own eyes. I've seen Joker with my own eyes.
I've seen Jordan.
I haven't seen
Scarface.
Jordan with my. I've seen on Twitter, not with my own eyes.
I've seen Jordan with my own eyes.
I don't think I've seen a lot of portrait tattoos with my own eyes.
Oh, really?
I don't think so. Yeah.
I have.
I've seen like some crazy tattoos.
I know a
but
lot of
I
tattooed people.
I don't see that often.
Have you ever
Yeah.
seen like the tattoo within like the scratch?
Oh
it's-
yeah.
It's like
I
a
don't know. I don't
claw.
like that.
I think
Revealing
it's like
you
something
have to
else.
go all in with
Skin
that.
and
You
Yeah.
can't, you can't
underneath
go
it.
be cool with
Yeah,
that.
it's like when they have like their chest scratch and it's like lion's eyes peeking through the screen.
That's
And I'm
corny.
like,
That's
okay.
corny to me.
I've seen one of those
Okay.
with a Spider-Man suit.
The Spider-Man suit coming out.
Yeah,
Wait, I think I've seen that before too. It was like they tattooed their chest, and like it was like a rip, and it was like this, it was Superman though. It was the
Oh.
Superman suit coming out. And I'm like, that
The
is so.
dude-
If a man took off his shirt
And it was
before we get
Superman.
freaky, and I look at his chest, and it is a tattoo of his ripped skin with the Superman. We
Imagine
have to
how
sit
that's
down and talk
genuinely
about this.
is-
I'm gonna ruin the moment. Like, let's really
Genuinely,
talk about
if
that.
It's white guys getting that. You're not going to see that.
I
from
don't think
black
you'll see
guy.
a black unless he's like
Never.
super corny.
Or
I don't think he's
unless
black
he's
again.
super light. That's not gonna. That color's not gonna show on me.
Nah, that's not.
You don't think so?
Never.
You can't call Superman that the blue.
Maybe
and
not the
red
color,
and
but you can
yellow.
just. I don't know if I've never seen it in color, but I've just seen it in like you can tell it's Superman.
I don't think
You
you
know?
can do that on like a dark skinned gentleman.
You can. You could do that, but like if you wanted color, no, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't know. I just ugh. Certain tattoos. Just, ugh.
The hear no evil, see no evil, speak
Oh,
no evil.
God.
And it's like it's either the girl or it's like an animal that's like
Yeah.
There's one tattoo I almost got. I'm so thankful I avoided.
What?
I was gonna get a rose, but then I was like,
Oh, okay.
I need.
Oh, that's what I
The
was gonna
rose
say.
is also
the
nice.
dude
Nah.
that gave me the tattoo in Cuba. His whole arm was
Roses?
no, like in a health textbook when it's like the person and
Oh
it shows
my
like
God!
the
Like the muscles?
His whole arm was the muscle, like the red.
Ew! I don't like that.
whole
Muscle
arm.
fibers?
Yes, his whole arm was muscle fibers.
I don't like that
He
at all.
the whole sleeve was muscle fibers.
I don't like that
That's
at all.
crazy.
I don't
Yeah.
like that. Certain tattoos, like I don't know. Like I like when men have tattoos, but it's like some of them. It's like why'd you get
How
that?
do you feel about face tattoos?
Hell no, no.
Like,
I
Even
think that's
small
taking
ones?
it
No.
too far. I
No.
think tattooing your face.
Even like neck tattoos, it's like
Even this one?
no, that's okay.
Okay.
But like if you have like a crazy neck tattoo,
oh, like here?
yeah, like when it's like all in the like I don't like that. Maybe if it's like underneath your ear, like side of the neck, I can do. But like when it's like all up, ugh, I'm not a fan.
People who get their neck like that hurts, bro. I don't know how you can stand
No,
that.
I don't like that. No.
Yeah, it's a tough one still.
And even like front of the body tattoos, I don't mind, but I don't like
What do
love
you mean, like on the chest?
like
and-
chest or like stomach. Stomach tattoos, I'm like, oh
You
my
like,
god.
you prefer back tattoos?
I like back tattoos, yeah, or sleeves.
I'm the opposite. I don't like back tattoos. 'Cause I feel like people aren't really gonna see it.
My back tattoo, I got it when I was
Yeah,
16. Like
girls will like.
That's the least painful
Who,
place.
if you're shirtless, people will see it, and you love being shirtless.
But but if you're shirtless, I have to be turned around.
Okay, what's the problem? People are not. What you only face the front when you're shirtless? People are gonna
No,
walk behind you or whatever,
But
whatever.
Probably 80% of the time, you're facing someone forward. You're not.
I guess, yeah.
Backwards.
I don't mind
Like, I
back
don't have to
tattoo.
like
I mean,
be like this the whole time.
Okay, imagine just talking to you like this because you want people to see your tattoo. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
when
stuck.
people with the legs people go to show off their new tattoo and stuff.
Yeah.
And they
In
take
the
a new picture.
pictures, yeah.
Yeah, you can never really see my tattoos, and ew.
I knew a guy. No, I knew a guy that got a tattoo right here, and he took his Facebook profile picture, and he was just standing.
Ew.
there.
I used to be one of those people who used to sit
Ew.
at tables like this.
Ew.
Arms.
Ew. Men can be so damn corny. Oh
It
my
was,
god.
it was.
Girls do it too. Y'all have some
Yo,
corny
y'all
we've
are
done
the
this
worst.
segment,
Y'all are
which
the
is
worst
why-
at
Yeah,
that.
we've done it.
Huh?
We've done the whole girl tattoos.
Yeah.
segment.
I just like, oh my god. And there's only so many poses a man can get off before it's like when men poses like yeah, some poses like hand behind the head is insane.
Yeah.
If
it's
I
tough.
saw a man, if I'm on his IG and there's a photo of him with like, I'm be like, okay, enough. Take it off.
Yeah, it's tough. We
Take it
can't
down.
really do that.
Like what?
I think that was on the list.
Or like,
What was the new one about it?
I don't remember.
You made a video.
Yo,
with
you want to know what's
just
something that's
listening.
crazy? So for those of you guys that don't know, I had a video that went viral, like Shade Room posted or whatever, just me talking about a list of things that men can't do. And you know, I don't really go on Twitter. So one day I just randomly logged on Twitter, and some dude, like I seen a few people adding me like with this same dude, and then some dude at me and he's like, the guy in the video is at I am Tresor. He's the one who stole the list, and I was like,
Stole?
I was like, stole the list. And then I went to the guy's page, and apparently he's the guy who like made the list.
oh,
And people are like under the video, like, "Yo, you have to credit you. He stole it. He stole it." I'm like, I was like, "Oh, okay." First of all, I was like, "All right."
people are so weird.
The
on social
internet
media.
is starting to get too out of hand because one, if we really want to go, I saw the list on a random page with no one added.
Yeah.
It's just a list.
Yeah.
I'm not about to do the research to find who made the list.
Facts.
That's one. Two, how do I and why do I have to give credit for something I'm reading?
Yeah.
I'm reading something. It's not like I said I made it. It's not like I said this is my.
And don't you say in the video like, here's a list of
I said
things?
here is a list.
Yeah.
Not my list.
I have to credit the dude that made the list that I didn't know made the list. People are insane.
Yeah. No, I agree.
People are fried.
That's why journalists ain't around.
People are
You
crazy.
want me to pay for something to read?
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's too much.
Do you think paying for pictures is like valid? Like the whole like Getty Images, where it's like if you want that picture unwatermarked, you have to pay like $5.
No, but I think paying
That's
for
wild.
photography is like a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I
fair.
think you have the right to the pictures.
Yeah.
You think so? Yeah, it's tough. I don't know, because it's like, I get it, it's the photographer's work. I get paying for a photographer, and of course that comes with your photos, but like, if we're out somewhere, if we're at an event and you take a picture of me randomly,
Yeah.
now I have to pay for the picture of me that you took randomly? Why?
Okay.
Fair.
As a photographer, like there's certain shit that photographers do in the city that's really fucking weird. Like people who like pay per picture, stupid. Pay for my services, yeah, but don't ask like, hey, each picture you pay X amount of money.
That's crazy.
That's the
Just
dumbest
me
thing ever.
personally, I don't understand that. Some people, they live by that. But
If I have
just-
to pay for your services and then pay per picture, I'm just not hiring you.
Exactly.
Like simple. Like why am I paying you for the service and then paying for the product?
that's
Yeah,
What?
No.
What?
it's
Yeah.
like you go to a restaurant.
Yeah, the service will
and
pay
you
for it,
pay
but the-
you
yeah,
pay
yeah,
for
yeah,
the
yeah.
like you pay for the guy to make the food, and then you have to pay for him to bring it out to you.
But you feel like
Like-
you feel like the photographer shouldn't like own the image if it's of you.
That's tough. I don't know.
Can I give my side and you guys debate?
Sure.
I think I have the right to the images from what I took, but it's your self like image that you have the right to say yes or no. I want this published. Does that make sense?
Like if it's my I feel like if it's, I think if it's a public setting, like a public forum, I don't necessarily know if you own that. I think it's different if we're doing a photo shoot, I can get you owning those images because you curated this. But if we're just, like I said, if we're here right now and he takes a picture of me, I don't necessarily know that you own that photo. Like, it's a public space.
Okay.
So, I don't know. I feel like if it's curated, and I think that was the issue that Cam had with the girl of the, like, Cam's famous photo in the pink with the thing.
With the phone, yeah.
She was saying that she owns the photo, and he's saying, bro, it's me.
It's me, yeah.
What do you mean? Because I think there was a thing about, like, merch and people not getting paid off of, like,
yeah.
It was a whole thing back and forth between them. So some people sided with both sides.
And that's literally, like, one of the best photos ever.
Yeah.
I love that fucking photo.
Some people were saying, well, she decided to take that photo at that time. Like, that was her vision. So she owns it. And
yeah,
some
but if
people are
I
saying,
wasn't there,
me.
then you wouldn't have gotten that photo. Like, it's literally me. I see that side
too, though. Like,
because
the woman that's on the cover of "Awaken My Love," the Childish Gambino album, she didn't get paid or has any like residuals from like the album.
Wow.
But the woman who dressed her and like did like did the shoot and everything like has like a percentage or something.
Wow.
So why is that different?
I don't know. They're saying it's like it's an injustice. Like she should be getting hers.
So
but it's
I feel like that might be a little different though, because they probably just paid her like you're getting paid for this modeling gig. So you're not getting royalties because we own all the rights to this because we paid you.
I think
even if we paid you like 100,
But even the girl on the cover of her loss, do you think she got paid? Because
they probably paid her.
She doesn't make royalties off the photo.
Yeah, probably
I
not.
don't think so.
Most people, they're
And
probably
I think that photo already existed, but like I think that photo existed a while ago, and 21 Savage just no, it wasn't a selfie.
It's also like
a
any
photographer
art, like
took
if
it. Yeah,
I make a song about you, like, it's you. It's about you. Doesn't exist without you.
No, that one's a little bit. That one's a
Taylor
different.
Swift's exes have rights to be like, hey man.
You think Steph London has rights to last?
That was a great.
I don't think so because like what happened with like Megan Party.
So does Jada have rights to all those like 5 songs I just gave out?
Because of like what happened with Megan Party, all the person has to say is that's not about you. How can you prove it?
That's true too.
Even if it's blatantly like word for word, bar for bar.
But what if they say your name? Haley.
You could.
So
that could be a million Megs.
Yeah, I know a million Zoes.
I'll beat
now
that
what?
For it, yeah.
Now what?
Weekend's not singing about my girlfriend. That's
I
not the
mean,
same
Burna Boy
thing.
does say Jada Kingdom. Like he says her name. Like
I know more than one Jada Kingdom.
okay,
So
shut up.
So
That
what?
is crazy.
Prove it.
Bring her to court.
You think you're the only girl in the world who calls himself Jada Kingdom? Come on. I'm beating that one.
People were DMing me and
From Kingston,
and
you
tagging
think you're the
me.
only Jada Kingdom in Kingston?
Oh God,
I'll go tell a girl right now to go legally change her name to Jada Kingdom.
you're dumb. But
I'll
people
give you
were
a rack.
tagging me and asking us to translate Jada Kingdom's diss to Steph London. I'm not doing that. There's lyrics. You guys say patois not a language, but yes, that you guys don't understand what she's saying. I know what she's saying.
I seen a skit about that.
And I was talking to someone about it, and I was like, "Oh yeah, she said this." And they're like, "Oh, she said that." And I'm like, "You guys really don't know what the hell
light
she's."
is bright.
They're doing. Is that? Are they having sex or doing a photo shoot?
No. Where do you see sex? There's no.
Oh, I thought
sex
she was
going
getting.
on
I
at
thought
all.
they were undressing her.
Oh, that's
For
I
those
thought
of
it
you
was
guys
sex.
Sorry, yeah, for
listening,
people who-
there's,
yeah, we got distracted.
someone across the way in a building flashing his bright ass
She's just
light.
watching us too.
Yeah, interesting. Does she know? Is she staring at us? Stare at her? Does she know that we're staring at her? That's weird. Anyways,
that's kind of creepy.
that is super creepy. I don't
But
like that.
was
yeah, I
unnerving.
didn't listen to a single song.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I
I haven't
mean-
been keeping up.
It was good in the beginning. I won't lie. The beginning, I was like, okay, yeah, this is a good little beef. You know, the songs, whatever. Jada Kingdom had a good. Then now they're dragging it. It's like, okay, now I'm not listening to nothing.
Aren't they're on like song 5?
No, they're on song 3, and I don't care. Now I don't care.
Even then, now it's stretching it.
Jada Kingdom's first diss, where she calls out her Steph London's brother. Yeah, that was fire.
Okay.
That was fire. And she uses Burna Boy, and I'm pretty sure they cleared it because it's on streaming platforms. So I'm pretty sure Burna Boy cleared the sample. So,
Damn.
I mean, hey, man, I thought it was, listen. But now, like I said, you can only go so far. Like, now you're dragging it. Like, we don't care.
Oh,
Like,
speaking
next.
of that, did you listen to 21's album?
I did.
Do you like it?
I need to run through it again.
A lot of people are like have really, really good reviews about it.
It's good, but I
haven't heard
think,
it, yeah.
I think it's cool.
yeah, like it's not. I was listening to it in the gym, and I'm like, okay, I think I need to run through it, like focus more.
It's cool to me.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like the best album
best.
I've ever heard.
No,
but
definitely
A lot of
not.
people are saying it's like really, really, really good.
I like it though. But I think I have a soft spot for 21. Like I love 21, so maybe that's why. But yeah, it's not a bad
And-
album.
Message to the public. Every time something happens with 21 Savage, stop tagging me.
Okay.
I get tagged in every single anything 21 related in new news. I'm getting bombarded with
Because all you need is a
tags.
knife tattoo in the middle of your forehead, and that is your twin brother.
Like, this is insane.
You
It
look a
has to
lot like
stop.
him.
It has to
A lot
stop.
like him.
You just made it worse now.
No, it's been bad. It can't get any worse.
You should have been there for Halloween.
You should have.
I was him for Halloween like 7 years ago.
Oh.
You get a knife tattoo, I'll draw a beard on, and we could be her win.
Okay,
Jesus.
end it here. End it here. That was so
Season premiere.
so corny. Yeah, that's okay.
It was meant to be. It wasn't trying to be. Funny.
His,
Oh,
his
my.
win.
Oh,
Like,
boy.
That's what
Wasn't that? Relax.
It was.
her win.
It was. It didn't land. It wasn't awful, but it didn't. You know.
It wasn't supposed to. It was supposed to be a crash. It was supposed to be a
You
disaster.
wanted us to laugh. Don't
You are
laugh.
laughing.
Why are we dragging this?
You are laughing. It was more of. It was a self-deprecating joke.
I know what he was going for.
Anyways, guys, this has been a great season 5. I got an Apple Watch, guys. This has been one of the best investments of my life. Get an Apple Watch, ladies and gentlemen. If you're trying to be fit and never use your phone, because my phone's always lost because I have the Apple Watch, get an Apple Watch. You should get Apple Watches so we can all be friends. Why? You guys don't want to talk when we don't record?
We have phones.
Yeah, but it's just like, I want to see you guys like work out and stuff. Close your rings. You guys want to close rings together?
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, it's.
If you see mine, you're gonna be pissed off. It's not gonna work.
Wow. No, I won't. I don't
All
care
right,
that
we'll
you're
see you
burning
guys
with
next
them.
week.
Yeah. Anyways, we can end it here.
Bye.
Thanks, guys. Okay. Wow. So aggressive to our listeners. Be nice. Add a little 75 soft.